Awesome. So welcome to Shadow of the Broker 28, Saber's Edge Part 3, Session 2. So why don't we go down and see who all has joined us today. Ben, who will you be playing?
I will be playing Gristel Artifacts, also known as Gristle, Shistavanan Doctor and Charmer. He's a rampant philanderer who sort of cavorts his way across the galaxy until he runs out of money, and then practices medicine until he has enough to go carousing again. He's kind of caught up with the whole broker thing just because he's sort of endeared himself to all the charming people aboard the Sunflare, and now he's kind of going with them on missions because it's both profitable and fun.
Sounds good. Dart?
I'll be playing D4RT, who is a bulky droid. Used to be set security on a variety of Holovid shows, and then that was shut down by the Empire, and he was decommissioned, which gives him a deep-seated hatred for the Empire. But he's been reactivated by the brokers working for him, and is fairly neurotic, and has a warped view of reality.
Sounds good. Let's hear about Vulcan.
Yes, I am Jack, playing Vulcan Oppen, the super genius scientist for the broker team who scours the galaxy for new technologies, information, and knowledge. He is currently building up his own personal research team and has been working on the side to try and get some new income for that. But he still always comes back and helps out the broker team when they need his mighty intellect.
The mightiest. Okay. Leslie, who are you playing today? Leslie? Okay. Riss?
Okay, I will be playing Kivera. He is a 14-year-old Togruta thief, and his whole thing is his older brother, was taken away by bounty hunters, and so he's been working with the broker's agents to try to better himself, to try to locate the bounty hunters so he can go and save his brother. Initially, he was going to try to pay off the debt, but now he's more gonna settle the score, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah, Leslie, do we have you back now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep. Yes, we can. Can you tell us about Hank?
Yes, Hank is a Force user. He started off as a youngling at the Jedi Temple. Just about when he was about to get his master and start his training to be a Jedi, Order 66 happened. He was in Order 66 when in the temple. He and some of his friends were able to escape through the works. While on the planet, a lot of the friends decided that they want to leave Coruscant. He decided that he wanted to wait for the return of the Jedi, believing that they would come back and claim the temple. That didn't happen. He stayed on Coruscant being a hobo and panhandling for food and whatnot. And whenever he would see cruelty, he would jump in. He joined the broker to complete his Jedi training. To complete his Jedi training. From there, he ran into his best friend Shorn, and they've had their little love-hate relationship. And the last time he saw Shorn, he lost a good friend in Jasper Sunfire. That's all.
Okay, and then tell me.
I am playing. Hey Leslie, I think, we're getting some bad feedback.
Okay, I'm gonna reboot because I can barely hear y'all. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, sounds good. We'll probably have Destiny and just do a few other resource roles and that sort of stuff while you're gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, cool. See you in a bit. I am playing Ragesh Vai, the spy, and he's actually not too stealthy, but he actually specializes in hiding in plain sight, so deception is his game. And currently he is running a bit of a deception with Saber, making Saber think that he has an interest in him, and it may be related to the fact that Saber is the heir to the Zygerrian throne.
Sounds good. Okay, let's go ahead and roll for obligation. 41. Oh, that triggers Vulcan's debt.
And here I thought they liked me. Oh well.
Okay, so that ends up just increasing the debt, right? If you don't pay it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if I'm not able to procure some interesting technology to compensate.
Okay.
Got
Gotta get
obligation.
shanked.
Yep. Go ahead and reduce your strain thresholds by 1, by 2 for Vulcan, and duty 38. I think that sails past everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And morality. That's
Close to the
close.
anchor point.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, our special little snowflake.
But you do get the if you can come back, you do get the Paragon bonus. So
True.
instead of Saber weighing you down as you're used to now. So let's go ahead and roll for Destiny. Ooh.
Apparently I'm dragging everyone
The
down.
good doctor and the bad doctor.
At least I'm not chasing tail all over the galaxy.
I don't know if you could run for that long.
Tell that to my mother.
Oh. Vulcan's reminded of that and gets set 5 setbacks again.
Why did you give her my comm frequency, damn it? I have to turn it off all the time.
Okay. So is that everyone that's here? Yes. So be sure to add your stuff up top.
Oh boy, that gets confusing.
Enough shuffling back and forth. Okay, so I thought we'd start off with just a recap of what we've learned in Saber's Edge 1 and 2. So just you guys saying what you remember. If anyone wants to volunteer.
Well, we remember, or at least Balkan remembers, that initially Saber was a rather mysterious guest of the Broker crew until we went to a secret temple base on Felucia where we find out he was the son of Miraj Scintel, the former queen of Zygerria during the Clone Wars, and that he then, at the temple base, acquired proof that she was killed by Count Dooku, who then gave power to Atai, who formed the Slavers Union and ran Zygerria in her stead, well, after the Queen's death. And Saber himself was, before this, absconded away to safety by loyalists, and he eventually ended up with a Jedi Master in hiding, where he became more learned in the Jedi, or at least Force arts. And then after that, we went to Kadavo to explore the former slavers facility there, what was left of it, and we uncovered Miraj's crown, which had a gem inside that Saber was able to use to put in a lightsaber and turn it a nice shade of red.
And why was Saber turned to the dark side?
Misguided passion?
Yeah, you could say that. A passion for what in particular? Because he's a dick. Thank you, Dart.
Because he is motivated by revenge against Atai for his role in his mother's death and what the slavers have been doing or did.
Yeah, what did you learn that the slavers were doing at that facility in particular?
They were testing drugs that Vulcan took with him.
Yes, so they were actually using neurotoxins on the slaves that they, you think they would want to sell them or something, but no, there's all sorts of medical experiments happening at the facility as well. and other crazy shit. But the broker's agents were able to secure the facility, and they discovered like a bunch of items that had been stolen from the slaves, like personal jewelry, wedding rings, and that sort of thing, and returned them to the owners as they could. So they generated a lot of goodwill from that. So that brings us to the current day, where Saber is out for revenge still. Yeah, we can start off there. So, as we are often familiar, Saber calls everyone to him near the holotanks, and you see projections of Borga and this mysterious fellow. Does anyone remember who he is?
Scarface?
Yes, he was the person who came to Felucia to try and get Saber to come with. He's a member of the Loyalist faction?
No, that's not actually this one. If you remember in Saber's Edge 2, to get the coordinates for the Kadabo system, you actually had to visit a space station near Gamor, and the informant that you met there was this guy.
Oh,
And
wait,
so-
no. Yeah, I was drinking with Chim Chim that day.
So, Saber addresses you. Agents, you remember Klus from the space station near Gamor provided us with details about my mother's slave processing facility in Kadabo. He is an informant for Borga who has provided me with some most interesting intelligence. Klus? And I have to turn the page. Thank you, my prince. I have infiltrated the Zygerrian Slavers Guild and found a prime opportunity to strike at them. In a few days' time, the board of the ZSG will meet on board the Ministry, the major space station orbiting Zygerria. The station has two primary functions. The first is the transfer of slaves. No slaves are actually housed on the station. The lower levels are simply gangways for capital ships to dock and move their cargo. What we're interested in here are the upper levels. The station controls all media on the planet. Saber has indicated that you have footage of Queen Miraj Scintel's assassination. If you can break into the Blackout Center and send that footage to broadcast instead, it will be a major triumph against their tyranny. Saber starts to grow a little impatient and interrupts. And of course, we will assassinate Atai and the board. You see Klus kind of shudder at this and continues. I have learned that Atai has a taste for Vadran monkfish. He has placed an order for it to be delivered to the station, and you will be the ones to deliver it. His gregariousness, Borga Basidi, has offered his assets to assist. Okay, and then Borga begins, in Huttese. Due to Saber's faithful service to me, I have provided the use of a vessel fitting this task, as well as some items to provide obfuscation. So next to Saber, you actually see what looks like to be a few disguise kits with prosthetics, including prosthetic ears, to make you guys look like Zygerrians. Who says,
You do anything about the fur?
Yeah, can we do anything about the Togrutas Leku or the fact that I'm 3 feet tall?
There might be.
that will be.
You know what?
Yes.
D4 still has that cloak, so I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
So Klus says that will be necessary. Atai and the ZSG are extremely paranoid. Aside from a visit from an Imperial Grand Moff, only Zygerrians are allowed on the station. Atai is especially distrustful of droids. If you take time to develop your disguises and consider how to smuggle your weapons in with you and your droid friend, please take time to develop your disguises and consider how to smuggle your droid friend in.
I'll have to do something about the snout.
Indeed. So, any questions for Klus or Borga while you're here? There are some projections of the Ministry, so you can see what he means by the lower levels being gangways for just capital ships, and the upper levels being the more interesting places.
And so is this basically just a smash and propagate? So we're killing the board for Saber and releasing the footage of the Queen's assassination for all of Zygerria to see?
So Kloos says that the primary mission is the release of the footage, and that's what you need to be doing first. You see that Saber is a little bit agitated by this. He obviously thinks that the assassination should have priority, but since it's Kloos that has the access needed, he's going to say that we should. So I suppose we'll do the what we can to release the footage first.
So there's a station that big with no droids on it?
Yep.
Who does all the work?
I mean, I guess you got slaves. That kind of answers that question.
Maybe some education checks can tell you more, or just knowledge checks in general. And then Borga has offered a Wayfarer and 2 crates of Vodran monkfish. Pretty large crates, and then repulsor sleds to go with them. There are also other supplies related to those, just crates and that sort of thing, in the Wayfarer.
Are the fish still alive?
No, and once you get to them, they smell pretty awful.
Could Balkan reanimate them?
No, I don't even want to bother since they're going to be eaten anyway. However, I do have this lovely assortment of poisons I think we can probably put in these fish. Of course, that is assuming that Atai isn't paranoid enough to have a slave taste tester.
It's a good question. So he's Kloos just he's kind of humored by the idea of Atai eating a poison fish, but he says primarily we're just going to once we've secured the media room and set everything to broadcast, I will just be taking you to the boardroom, or I will be providing access to the boardroom for you.
So we won't be able to personally deliver the fish to Atai. It had to go through a middleman.
No, what he's saying is that you're just going to be able to assault the boardroom afterwards.
Basically, the fish is just a cover to get us to the station, right?
Yes.
Like the delivery of the fish.
Mm-hmm. You can set contingency plans, though, of course. It's all up to you.
Can we
Okay.
want to put a
Who
bomb
needs
with
a
the
contingency
fish?
plan? We'll wing it.
We'll wing it. Okay. So, anything else you'd want to ask Atai or Borga? Or not Atai, sorry, Kloos or Borga.
Can we not pass off the more harder to disguise folks among us as the other's slaves?
I'm afraid the restrictions are fairly significant. As you can see, there's a pretty major separation between the slave trading areas and the actual broadcast operations of the station. Generally, no slaves are allowed on the top portions as well.
I was considering more Yuki. I can just come off as a short Zygerrian.
Slave? What kind of lifting would I be doing?
Heavy.
Exactly. You'd be probably carrying me.
No, I could just, sneak around and stuff, right?
Oh, you know what? Why don't I stand on your shoulders, and then we'll just look like a normal Zygerrian under a heavy cloak?
I don't think that's what normal Nigerians look like.
That is an
You ever looked
amusing but
close up?
awful idea.
Yeah, so we can jump to the. If you don't have any more questions for them, we can just go into this conversation about how you guys are planning to disguise yourselves. So Key does have the stealth field and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was thinking I could give that to D4.
Interesting idea.
What if we try to
I-
pass D4 off as not an intelligent droid, but rather a remote-controlled thing?
If Kloos is still there, he would not recommend that.
I have a
Says-
thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that depends. let me back up on the plan. So the Wayfarer is delivering 2 crates of the fish, right?
Yes.
So there's the obvious we could hide in the crates and get in that way. Or are we to, if we're supposedly Zygerrians, to be invited on board when we drop them off? Like, I mean, or is it just a drop-off? Like, is there any...
Oh, yes. Klus says that you will, of course, be scanned, as Atai is very paranoid. But once you are on the station, you will be directed to deliver to the warehouse, where I will meet up with you.
Because I was also thinking if we want to get D4 in, once we get out of hyperspace, he has magnetic boots and could just go out on the hull. Chances are they wouldn't do a visual scan.
Well, regardless, it seems kind of suspicious that a group of Zygerrians, none of them know, would be arriving at the same time to deliver fish. I think it would be perfectly acceptable that non-Zygerrians be fish deliverymen.
But then it's just how do we get onto the station? We could get the delivery there, but then I'm assuming they wouldn't let us off the Wayfarer.
Yeah, I mean, that's correct. You wouldn't be allowed access to the station if you're obviously not Zygerrian.
Then we're in an interesting spot, because short of
Well, do
chopping
they
off
know
the front
how
half
many
of my
crates
face
to
and shaving
expect?
myself bare, I don't think I'm going to be passing off as a Zygerrian anytime soon.
Well, we all have to make sacrifices.
And into the fish cart.
How many crates are they expecting? Just the 2 crates of fish?
Yes. So that's what the delivery orders were for.
Well, Ragesh is our makeup artist. What does he think?
Ah, funny you should ask. Yeah, actually, these are some pretty advanced disguise kits. I would say nearly as good as the doppelganger here that you helped me get.
That's
So,
pretty good.
Yeah, so he's looking through, and he thinks at least for some of the crew, he can try to make you guys look like Zygerrians. But yeah, it's going to be an issue for Gristle as well as Yuki. And, you know, he kind of taps on your horns.
Fair enough. Would we really be the only ones to worry about, though? I mean, just the 2 of us?
Oh, and then Balkan too, and Ragesh is really not sure what to do about Balkan, but, you know, Balkan is pretty small, so he looks at Balkan, then looks at the crate, and kind of shrugs.
Balkan likes fish, right?
If they're scanning the crates, they're going to see me.
Not necessarily. I'm sure that we can think of something. I mean, you know, you are the colossal intellect there.
Vulcan just really wants to come up with reasons not to get in a crate with a bunch of smelly fish.
Make an education check.
Yeah. So I think what Tommy's hinting at there is that if you know that there are going to be scanners, you can build out something inside of the crates to not only hide yourself, but try and block scanners as well.
I know I can. I don't want to get in a crate with a bunch of smelly fish.
Would you rather get a crate with me?
I was perfectly fine with us just faking having more crates of fish and hiding in those, but apparently they're only expecting the 2.
We could always say that we have a complimentary crate of fish for, you know, favorite customers.
Yeah, but do we have another crate?
You
The
do.
Wayfarer, we have plenty of crates.
Exactly.
The ship is a flying crate.
Right?
And Leslie, do you mind rolling Destiny?
Sure, testing. 1, 2. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good on my name. What about y'all's?
Yes.
Yep.
Fine with us.
Alright, well, if we can't come up with anything else, then we should probably go with the fish crate idea.
Well, there's also the possibility that we could pull some kind of ruse where those of us who can't be disguised easily can be painted as Zygerrian sympathizers.
Hey, also real quick, because wasn't able to hear a lot of the stuff. Did obligation trigger and duty and all that good stuff?
Yeah, Balkan's obligation.
Yeah, just the obligation triggered, so strain thresholds by 1. No Inquisitorius.
Oh, by the
Would-
way, a quick question about Balkan's obligation. Balkan, do we as players, have you talked about that much? Because I know what that is, but does everybody? And our characters just don't know, obviously.
Nope.
Oh,
Balkan
okay.
would just be looking like he's trying to find some tech, but wouldn't explain why.
No, I mean, as players, though, did you tell other people?
That's a good point. No, he wouldn't.
No, I'm saying you as Jack, because I know what that obligation is. I wasn't sure if you had been open about it as just
Oh,
player knowledge
no.
with people.
I wouldn't tell that either. I'm not
Okay.
saying that either because I like the mystery.
Got it. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Got it.
Okay, question going off of Gristle's suggestion. Do we know if Zygerrian sympathizers would be welcome, or is that still a no because they're not Zygerrians?
Based on the information that you got from Clues, is that Zygerrian's only on the station, but you might be convincing. Otherwise, rules can be bent.
I mean, I don't know. We don't have any really good liars with us.
Ragesh raises his hand.
That was a horrible lie.
No one who's at all charismatic.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't Gristle have quite a bit of charm?
No, he's not charismatic at all.
Can't we just break the scanners and force them to let us pass on time?
You know what, let's just shoot down the station.
That was going to be my last choice.
Okay, so we'll give D4 the stealth field, we'll have Balkan stuffed in a crate, and then we'll have Ragesh and Gristle charm and lie our way through.
And what about you?
Well, I'll be outside, just, enjoying the breeze and whatnot.
In
Outside the
space?
space station,
Wherever everyone else
enjoying the space breeze.
is.
Don't really have much. You can't really get off the ship unless you have a good lie.
So don't well, I was just thinking of. I'm only mentioning this because I didn't think about this last time, and I don't want to put in too much input, obviously, because I'm playing for 0 XP. But I was just thinking, with this idea that these guys have about trying to get non-Zygerrians onto the station, what if they had slaves as like entertainment, so that they're delivering fish, and then they'll have like, I don't know, a Togruta singer or something. Do you know what I mean, though? Something.
I prefer an acrobat.
Or an well, yeah, acrobat. But I mean, do you see? Would that be an angle that might work?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you can definitely try. Otherwise, otherwise it's everyone into the crate. So your choices.
Well, fuck me. I'm not acrobatic as hell. I'll get in the crate, but I'm requesting double of whatever we're getting out of this.
Maybe we should just put Balkan inside a giant cake, and then when the entertainment is going on, he could jump out.
There you go. And
I-
for
I-
that,
If only we could put if only we could cook the fish into a crate. But I don't think. Oh wait, no, we have a chef bot now. We can have him do it.
Oh yeah.
You could also do like a Zygerrian kid or something.
Oh god.
Maybe try.
I don't mind passing myself off as a genetically deficient Zygerrian, but not a child.
Okay, so who does want the disguises? I think Hank can probably get it on one, and Ragesh, and that's about it actually, because Gristle has the snout, and the Togruta has some issues. So doing the applying the actual disguise, If you want to do a hard check, it's going to cause you to have 2 setbacks to your checks because of the it's kind of difficult being under latex. But if you want to take more time and do a daunting check, which this is skullduggery, by the way, there will only be 1 setback to your actions.
So I'm thinking that, and once again, we have a limited amount of attempts with this because of supplies, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to try a couple of daunting, and then I'll go down to hard.
Hey,
So-
Ragesh,
Yes.
take a hit of this real quick.
Oh yeah, awesome. That's the stuff.
Surprise needle.
All
What's,
right.
what's your skill on that?
It is. Let me double check here. It's 1 yellow and 4 greens now.
Okay. All right. I just had four greens.
And this is for what skill?
Skullduggery.
Okay. So Key could possibly offer assistance?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So,
Okay.
how much is your skill?
He has 3 ranks.
Awesome. All right. So it is now 3 yellow, 2 green. Perfect. So I'm trying to apply fur and stuff to Hank, and I'll go for the daunting. Any other adjustments other than that? And can I give a boost since, I'm used to working with disguise kits?
Yes.
All right, cool. Here goes. Hee hee.
Oh,
Wow.
That's nice.
Okay.
Hank
So,
thinks he's a Zygerrian.
Can we say that he has no setbacks at all? I mean, it's just...
yes, but that's worthy of 1 triumph. But there
Like
also
Hank forgets he's a human.
but there's
He's
yeah.
not a
Maryland,
human, he's a
isn't he?
Miralyn.
Yeah.
Oh, Hank forgets he's a Miralyn.
I mean, the other triumph will say, I mean, the disguise is just so good that he looks like a particularly handsome, like, dashing Zygerrian.
Oh, okay.
Like through the snow?
No.
I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
That took me a moment. Okay. Yes. Okay.
And also, because I've just been like, whew, such confidence with this, can I get a boost for myself? Or maybe remove a setback on my own self-check?
Yes. There would be 2 setbacks to doing it on yourself, but you can take one of those off.
And then I can take the other away with my talent.
No,
Yay.
no, no.
All right. And so, here goes.
I mean, I'm sure we have a mirror for him somewhere.
Ooh. Okay. I want you to take 2 strain while you're trying to do this,
Okay.
and then I will save the other threats. Hmm. Double triumph, though. So instead of just something handsome, a handsome Zygerrian, can anyone think of anything better?
Well, what's better than a handsome Zygerrian?
Well,
Have
so
any-
2 handsome Zygerrians.
Something more. I guess I can throw my GM idea if you.
Well, does Zygerrians have any innate sort of features that are normally more favorable? Like our larger ears better or something like that?
Maybe he looks like someone important.
Ah, okay. That's where I was going. So you could say that you modeled his disguise off of a famous or a particularly well-known noble, perhaps, or so you can decide whether you want to go with like a celebrity or.
So what
like
would he
ability.
be doing? And I'm only saying this just
Mhm.
to get a handle of. So we're delivering fish, but we have a celebrity. How do we mesh those 2 ideas together?
That's a good question. I'm just throwing it out there as an option. So how would you guys want to combine that if it's something you're interested in?
I don't like it. My cunning is 1 now, so.
Oh, but Gristle could do all the talking. As
You just stay quiet.
Okay.
It might be a little more convincing. Maybe a business tycoon, or maybe a famous slaver. Could
yeah,
be
a famous slaver. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just say, and if we have to flip a destiny point, Sure, but maybe there's like a famous slaver who's known for like his slaves do everything. So they talk for him. He always has them around. Like maybe he's one of those slavers that he's well known enough that the people who normally on the station they don't allow slaves into certain areas, but for this guy they would be like, ugh, my slaves go everywhere with me. Yeah, exactly. If there's such a Zygerrian, and
Yes. I imagine with two triumphs, yeah, I think so.
And his slaves are of varying different species?
Yeah, you would think so.
Balkan groans loudly as he climbs back out of the smoke. Maybe you could have tried that before I had to admit this.
They may not like the cybernetics, though, just FYI.
Hey, you can cover that up.
Yeah, is it really obvious with Balkan?
Put on a hat.
I was gonna say, get a hood or get me a cloak, and just even if it's big, it's at the back of my head. So.
Okay. Yeah, we can try it. Yeah. So D4 is going in with the stealth generator. So what's the issues with that thing? If it rolls under 20%, it fails or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so roll a 1d10. If it gets a 1 or a 2, it flickers. So it doesn't, like, fail, but it flickers.
Ah, okay.
You seem busy.
In that
I figured
case,
it was one of those that was going to be forever broken, just because that's how.
Yeah, it was. That was the one from Quarantine Quandary. And
Yeah,
just said
so I didn't want
that was
to.
junked
I didn't
up.
want to break anyone's plans or whatnot.
yeah. So the only other issue is your gear.
What about it?
What gear?
How do you plan to get it in? Obviously, if you're going as slaves, you can't have a blaster on you.
Take out some of the fish. I don't mind if my stuff smells bad. Maybe we can put it in a nice tight
Put a gun
bag.
in a fish.
Hey,
Carry
hey!
a fair amount.
Could you hold my stuff, Master?
I don't know who you're
Sure.
addressing.
Sure. What do you have?
You know, just a couple guns and whatnot.
Just a couple guns.
I can probably hold one gun.
The usual.
You know, even a famous Zygerrian is not going to be able to get weapons on this station.
Oh, okay. Well, forget about that.
So you might want to construct something, a little something to hide your weapons from scanners and that sort of thing.
I was gonna do whatever I was gonna do in order to let me hide in the
make us
crate.
a really
because
cool
now we'll use stuff.
suitcase.
Yes, and so what this is going to be is you get to choose the difficulty, and that will be the difficulty that they roll against.
Formidable it is. Depending on what skill would it be, mechanics or computers?
Yes, and so you have all the materials. There actually even is a workstation aboard, so you have all the supplies you need to construct something that you think will hide your gear.
Thanks, Borga.
All right. Let's start that destiny flowing the wrong way. And I'll flip a destiny point.
All right. Oh,
Nice.
Okay, so it'll be
any help there. All right.
a formidable check. Will anyone try to hide weapons on them?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes, Hank is gonna put his weapons in there.
In the crate or on yourself? I'm asking. So I assume everything is going in the crate unless you specifically say no.
Yeah, it's going in the crate.
What is Key going to try to hide on him?
In the crate?
No, in the crate you can put whatever you want, but did you want to hide something on your person?
Yeah, I do. Unless people would say no, like he would ask what everyone else thought.
Well, what are we talking about?
Well,
Is
a
H7.
gun. No, not the H7 actually. I was thinking H7 would go in the crate and his other pistol would be on his person because it's smaller, and so.
If it's an encumbrance 1, you can just roll a stealth or a skullduggery roll to hide it on yourself, and then you
Well,
have
yeah,
to roll
exactly.
against that.
So. Sorry, the last few times we've done the whole sneaking weapons in, it hasn't worked how I had planned.
Maybe not.
Maybe Key is a little.
Well, he needs something that's easy to conceal. Gristle has a holdout that has a fouled front sight, so it's even harder to find. He wants to try to hide it.
Okay.
But
Hey, did D4 ever get that cavity?
He did.
Does he have anything in it?
No.
Could he hold a gun?
If it's encumbrance 1.
Then he can. Okay.
Okay, I guess T4
Okay,
now has
so-
a gun
So the
inside of him.
8-7, my equalizer in the crate, my Vrelt in D4, and then he'll try to sneak in to hold out if that's fine.
So, question, do we know what kind of scanning is going to be going on when we get there? Like, is it metal detector style, or is it just they're going to scan the crates and, like, pat down kind of thing?
There wasn't any indication of what exactly you're going to be going through, but maybe an education check. Maybe Vulcan can sort of predict what side of. If he knows that Atai's kind of paranoid, he might be able to predict what sort of scanners there would be.
So what difficulty education?
Daunting. Because you're thinking of something in particular that the Zygerrians. Okay.
Wow.
So you would anticipate hand scanners. You're going to go through each person individually. You predict that they have just a crate scanner, basically, that they're going to run the crates through. But if they can't see someone,
Okay.
it's going to be a little
I was
difficult.
basically wondering if I should just try and go on the exterior of the station through a maintenance hatch, but if I can avoid that, probably best.
D4 wandering off on his own? Oh no.
That's never gone poorly.
Yeah. Okay, are you guys ready to head out then?
Yeah.
Also, Crystal actually has a Model 58 concealment holster, so if Key wants to hide that blaster, he can add another set back to it if he uses the holster.
That'll be great, thank you.
So I want to check though before we head out with this whole idea, because Gristle is definitely the face of this group. How I'm just a little bit nervous about that in terms of I want to make sure that we get a story that can pass muster. You know?
Yeah. What's Hank's name going to be?
Yeah. Who is this
Hank.
famous Zygerrian that we are impersonating?
Maragog.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely up to you. That works for me. If it works for you.
Lord Maragog. All right.
Lord Maragog. Okay.
The most famous slayer in the Outer Rim who couldn't be here today.
And I was thinking that maybe I don't know, like I can pose as his bodyguard, and when they ask like, you know, why is he so quiet, I'll just be like, the esteemed Lord Maragog has had dental work, and his slave will be talking in his stead.
Oh no, that's not Zygerrian at all. You need a posture. Lord Maragog does not deem you worthy to be spoken to.
Sounds good.
Lord Maragog's a mute.
Maybe that could be admitted in private, away from our lord.
Okay. Anything else you want to do? Are we good to go?
I think we're good.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So you go ahead and zoom off in the Wayfarer. As you exit hyperspace, you see beautiful Zygerria and its enormous moon. You see an enormous amount of traffic. You see capital ships in the distance, and as soon as you exit, there is a squadron of cloak-shaped fighters closing in on you, and you are hailed. Your documentation.
I guess that's me, huh? Yeah, this
No.
is.
That's me. We have to hold up the thing.
Yep.
Wait, do we have documentation?
Yes.
Lord Maragog,
Yes.
these
Yes, you
people
do.
are not worthy of hearing your voice. So kindly shut the hell up.
Quite
Wait till we get on the station. Wait till we get on the station.
Yes, we're submitting our documentation now. Should be there any moment.
So there are in a comfortable few minutes as the cloak shapes just get closer and closer, and then you see them circle around, and then the voice comes over. Your escort is provided. Please make your way to the station.
Thank you. Let's go, everyone. Don't fuck it up.
Okay, so the cloak shapes follow along towards the landing bay. that's on the station. Obviously, you're not going towards the lower landing bays because that is specifically for capital ships that are trading slaves. You go into an upper landing bay, and as the fighters break off and you enter the bay, you notice a quad laser cannon on a tower tracking you as you fly down. As you land, a thin Zygerrian customs official with 2 guards with rifles and whips approach the vessel.
Time to give them the welcoming party.
Hail, friends. Lord Maragog gives you his most gracious thanks for allowing passage to the station.
Yeah, Maragog? What? And he sort of like fumbles with a data pad and says, "There wasn't any note of this."
You're right.
Surprise!
That's a very Maragog thing to do, isn't it?
Could I have your orders?
Oh, we're already inside. Oh, okay.
Yes. Who's in charge of keeping the orders around here? One on our team has the orders.
Oh, I've got him. I step forward and just hand the orders over.
So you see a little bit of sweat dropping down his face. He does take some time. Can I get? Well, no, he's the actual nervous one in this right now. But so he hands back and says, two crates then of the monkfish."
Yes, I understand they're favored around here.
Only by Atai. They're kind of disgusting.
It isn't that all that matters.
I believe so. Quite correct. Of course, this is Zygerrians only on the station, though.
That's generally true, but Lord Maragog, he tends to not go anywhere without his contingent, and I think he would be not too pleased if he wasn't allowed to keep his faithful doctor and his advisor by his side.
So
well as his other,
as Gristle is talking, I start to walk towards the guy, and I look very angry.
Hank is looking angry too. So
as you can see, he's not too pleased with, the amount of time you're taking to process our arrival. He's got some business to attend to, and we would rather not spend too much time with all of this bureaucracy.
Okay. We're going to do the deception check here. Let's see. It's going to be 2 red. I'm going to go ahead and make it 3 red. And while you are making good points, there's still going to be some setbacks onto that because, policy is policy.
All right. I'm going... Okay, so since it's deception, I will speak up and just say, Lord Maragog does not have time for this. He does not deign to speak to his lessers. We do not have time. We demand that we be let through. And it looks... I make it look very plain that I'm irritated that I even have to speak, because usually that's the slave's job. I actually even say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead and put a boost on that.
Alrighty. And so it was 3 red and what else?
2 setbacks. Unless you can take some of those away, right?
Yeah, I can take 1 away. Right. And then I get assistance from Gristle. I'm not going to flip a destiny, so I'll just leave it.
Nah, I don't bother with it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. So he is aware, not only, of course, of Maragog, but also that Maragog keeps slaves with him all the time. So he's like, yes, I mean, this is quite an exception, but you're as long as you explain to everyone what's going on, it should be okay.
Well, it would be nice to have some documentation from you so that people understand that we've already been through this rigmarole and that we don't have to go through it again.
Well, I can send you with an escort, of course.
That, or we can certainly pray that not all Zygerrians on this station are as ignorant as you are.
Oh, he does not like hearing that from a slave. He looks at you, and he's having trouble holding his tongue.
Hank is going to hit. Who is this?
It's Gristle.
Gristle. He's going to just backslap him.
Hank may be liking his role a bit too much.
Light side Paragon.
Thank you, sir.
Gristle takes it like he's used to it.
Oh, okay. The official says, "Thank you, sir. Obviously, some slaves may not understand their station."
Hank is just going to nod.
And I kind of pipe in and say, and some lesser Zygerrians don't understand theirs.
Oh, you see his ears fold down at that one as he backs off and says, "Of course, we'll need to scan the cargo as regulations."
Balkan comes up with the crates, pushing them. Hopefully they're on repulsor lifts, otherwise he's not going to be the one pushing them.
Like, I see you just, like, your arms stretched up.
Right here!
Lift with your back.
My back is already shattered, damn it!
Nice. Okay, can we get D4's roll then?
Yes, I guess.
A 1d10, a 1 or a 2, and the field flickers.
Is it R space, whatever the dice is?
Oh, just hit a percentage and just anything if it's 20% or below.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Okay, D4 is good.
Yay.
Okay, so we're gonna do the scans. Obviously, so is Key actually holding a weapon on him?
Yeah, he does have that holdout blaster from Gristle.
Okay, so yeah, so what's the...
Because of the holdout and because of the concealment holster he gave him, it'll be one difficulty easier to hide and one setback to whoever's trying to find it.
Okay. Okay, so hiding it is a skullduggery check at the encumbrance of it? Is that what we've ruled before?
I think, let me look for the rules, because I can't remember if it's skullduggery or stealth, but it mentions that, like, if it's one less than you, it's like a boost or something. Let me check real quick. Concealing gear. Items with a encumbrance value of 1 or less can be hidden on a person easily. No checks are required unless a foe inspects them up close with a physical pat-down. In that case, they make an opposed perception against target stealth. Add boost to the searcher's check for every encumbrance point over 1 that is due to the hidden item.
Ah,
So
okay.
basically, if it's a 1, it's just stealth versus perception.
And
Okay.
it's a 1, so... Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Key does not have his stealth, like, armor on or anything, right?
Right.
Okay, so just your raw stealth.
Okay, so
Which
that would be
is
4 yellow, 1 green, 1 blue.
Oh.
And it's made 1 easier by the file site, right?
Yeah.
It gives them a setback
And
to
then the
their
setback. So
Any three
it's
rolls?
so difficulties decrease to hide it. So does that mean it's increased to find it?
Yeah.
Okay, so another purple, basically?
Mhm.
Oh, man. Oh,
Okay, so
these
it's
guys. I flipped for
4
them.
red, 2 purple, 2 black.
Yeah. 4 red, 2 purple, 2 black. Yep, okay. They come across everyone with hand scanners. And no.
Okay.
Oh, man. So there are 6 failures.
Wow.
They're not going to be finding anything.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, good. They have nothing to find.
Okay. Okay, and now as you're taking the crates in, Formidable, anything else you want to do for this roll?
Maybe with that advantage I got when I made it, there's also a setback for it.
Okay, how much advantage did you have?
2.
Okay, yeah.
Could also have
I agree.
Rogesh be impatient and tell them to hurry up. Maybe give him another setback or something.
Yeah.
With like a coercion check, maybe.
We'll flip Destiny too.
Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, flip, and another setback because Ragesh is yelling. Maragog is being very, just, impatient.
His lip is so pouted out.
Oh,
Believe it.
Oh.
Oh.
Huh.
yeah, a lot of successes, not a lot of failures. So,
A lot of threat, too.
6 threat.
Jeez,
Man.
what the fuck did those things? Ugh. If I knew, I should have rolled higher than formidable.
yeah, okay.
Disable the scanner.
Yeah, I want to roll bad motivator on the scanner.
Okay, so yeah, it starts blaring as it's going off. It's detected something. So some of the threat, obviously that's a lot. They're like, what? This doesn't. No one tries to get anything in.
It was
You gotta
just
calibrate
fish.
it to fish. That's the problem. You gotta change the scanner to weapons.
There is clearly something wrong with your scanner.
Yeah. So bad motivator on that.
Yeah, hold on, I need to roll the mechanics
And it
check.
explodes in his hands.
Ooh, barely. Okay, so the siren, starts going off. You can even run the klaxon, and then and the machine fails, and they just look very confused. They're like, what?
It looks like the fish were even too much for scanners to take.
They'll laugh at that, definitely. So, to prevent them from wanting to get into the crate and search more, probably some sort of social check. Whatever you want to make it.
Is that on me?
Not you in particular. I mean, anyone. Obviously, everyone was party to what just happened.
I mean,
Hank-
I've got ideas, but once again, I want other people to come up with them before I pipe in.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just having a good laugh.
Dart,
I mean,
that was
I'm sure you could-
one of the things that I said last time too.
Yeah.
I mean, you might say something charming.
Yeah, as you can see, the reputation of the fish certainly lives up to what you might expect. These are actually a particularly potent batch, and it seems your equipment recognizes that.
Yeah, you can see them sort of banging on the controls, seeing that it obviously failed. They are going to get a free upgrade from their Triumph, so that's going to be 3C.
3C. I'll downgrade it once.
You can do it.
Let's see what happens. Wait, do I get assistance from anyone? Is everyone having a good laugh? Nice little round of chuckles.
Yes, so you'll get a boost from the chuckles and a boost from anyone else,
Oh, okay.
everyone else agreeing with you.
Okay, that's fine. God damn it.
Well, I mean, we should at least run our hand scanners through it. I don't know what it's going to pick up, but...
Can Hank give like a mean look, like you holding me up? And this is uncalled for. I mean, it's just a facial expression. He's not saying gay.
Sorry, sir, this won't take very long. And they don't find anything. Okay. Just a little bit of trouble there, right? So, as he said, you are being escorted by 2 guards to help you make it through the rest of the security. Just make sure you're not interrupted. He says, of course, my guards will take you to the station. Oh, and remember that by regulations, if you're longer than 3 hours on the station, the turbo cannon will destroy your ship.
Thanks for holding us up.
Yeah. It's like, so you held us up even more? Thanks for the warning. A little bit after the fact. Oh, good. You only burned an hour off that time.
Now we have to go put money in the meter.
Yes, sorry. So he sort of bows as you guys leave. So you guys are being escorted. You guys are pretty confident right now. But could everyone make an average cool check just to make sure that you're still sort of blending in with what it is? And you You have some a boost out there as well. So.
Can we all take that boost, or is it just one discretionary?
No, it's yours. It's
Okay.
yours. So, Tommy, you can roll a boost.
Oh, phew. Thank you.
Can we share our successes?
Yes, actually, that's true as well.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
I think that's enough to cover everyone, right?
Oh, yeah.
As the group sort of travels together. So you notice that the hallways are quite Spartan. There's really not much to this station. There actually seems to be things missing that you would expect. Can I get a hard perception check? As you're looking through these bleak gray corridors.
Oh,
man.
sorry, I didn't roll difficulty with that.
Yeah. At the
Still
same
though.
time, still pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Ooh.
okay, so the advantage goes away, but that's still that.
Wait, that was a hard. Unless you have something.
Oh no, hold on. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's still gonna pass.
Okay, now
Yeah,
with
that was a threat.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, perceptive Vulcan, right? Vulcan, you notice where you know space stations, obviously. You notice where you think a computer console could be, should be. It's not there. There's, it looks like they just took it out and painted over where it should be. And you surmise that Atai has completely removed a lot of the computer access from the entire station. So you're not going to see open computer terminals or anything, and you're quite suspicious about that.
Someone really does not want to let go control of the station.
Very, very true. So as you guys are escorted along, you see, you come across a tall Zygerrian with an electro staff shouting at a helpless guard. You utter dreck! You had an opportunity to prove yourself to your superiors and failed. It's time to return your filth to the planet. Please, sir, this is the only job that provides enough to feed my family. The tall Zygerrian laughs. You made your choice when you were a minute late with your check-in. Take him away. The guard is grabbed by others, and he's dragged off. And the chief shocks him with the electrostaff as he is pulled away, laughing all the while. And then he turns his head to look at you guys and raises an eyebrow and comes forward. Can I get D4's flicker?
Did I roll the exact same number?
Did you?
No, it's
No,
36.
79.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so D4's flickers. So the head of the guards comes up and says, "What's going on here? Why are there non-Zygerrians?"
This is
Hey.
Lord Maragog, as is his custom. Slaves go where he goes and speak for him, and I shut up and look towards Gristle.
And Hank is just going to stick out his chest and slowly raise his head.
We've already been cleared. That should be as much evidence as you need for our very evident presence here.
Yeah.
Trust me,
so
we've been through this.
he looks to the guards and say, "Does he have a special exception? I
Yes, he
understand
does.
who you are."
He actually does have a special exception, so you might want to cut the outrage for a moment, because this has all been taken care of.
Well, I mean, do you have the documentation from the board approval?
Do we? Who knows?
Say it's on a computer.
I'll say that I already handed it over to the guy.
As I said, it's all been logged and taken care of.
Yes.
Isn't the fact that we've made it this far evidence enough?
Exactly.
He sort of grits his teeth as these slaves are talking to him like he's ignorant. So
well, not our fault that you are.
Okay, so a deception check to get past him. It's going to be 3C 1D.
Bingo.
Any setbacks?
There was a setback from the slaves talking to him, but I think you can take that away, can't you?
Yeah. And I am going to flip for this one. And
Yeah, give a boost.
You get a boost from the guards obviously escorting you. And he knows the guards by their faces, so he knows that they are his guards.
cool. And then can I also get a boost for the Lord Maragog disguise that looks so great?
Yes. It seems that the head is familiar with Lord Maragog, but he's still confused by this exception.
All right, here goes.
Ooh. I'm going to have to go talk to the customs agent. If he has your documentation, I'll look at it from him. Sorry to trouble you, my lord. And can I get a hard perception check from Vulcan in particular?
This time I'm putting it up. I remember the difficulty.
You notice that the movements of his arms and legs are a bit strange. They're not biological.
He's a cyborg. And all the work I had to go through to hide my cybernetics, this guy flaunts him? What a dick.
So he walks off with his electrostaff towards the landing bay. And you guys can move forward to the warehouse. Okay, so getting to the warehouse is pretty easy. It's a very large room, long by long sort of room. You can see that there are some workers messing around in the back. So the guards just say, yeah, I guess you can leave your cargo here. My lord.
Alright, so I start looking around for Klus, who we're supposed to meet here.
Yes, my lord, I thought there was a specific area where we were supposed to deposit these lovely, he says that very strained, fish.
I guess usually everything just goes to the warehouse, but at that note, Klus barges in and starts berating the guards, saying, the monkfish will spoil if they're left in the warehouse. They're supposed to go to the freezer next to the galley. So he, just shouting at the guards, obscenities flying, and obviously they're being condemned. And he tells them to get back to the landing bay, and he'll provide the escort to the freezer. So once you guys are alone from the guards, and you're a fair enough distance away from the other workers that they're not too much of a worry, he brings everyone in close and says, "I've disabled the bugs in this room. I am going to guide you to the freezer. I can't take you myself, but from the freezer is directly above the Blackouts room. They call it the Center for the Preservation of Zygerria," he says with a mocking tone. You'll be able to access a maintenance hatch and climb down into the center, where you can work on getting the footage out. Is there any questions?
Is now the time where we would equip our weapons, or are we still trying to hold up a ruse?
Because you need to make your way through the turbo lift to get up to the galley level, I would recommend you unpack once you're actually at the freezer.
But that means we'd have to take at least one of these crates with us.
Yes, you're dropping the crates in the freezer.
I wasn't.
Because of fish.
Yeah, because I know. I don't know how.
Yeah, Vulcan,
Sorry, trivia stroke coming back. I need to take a moment. Keep talking.
So, as Klus walks around and you guys head off, can I get a perception check from everyone? 3C, 2D.
Still missing Gristle and Hank.
Hank is
Yeah.
not row one.
I rolled mine, but it's not showing up yet. I think it actually blanked completely, just a failure. No threat or advantage.
Odd. Wonder why it didn't show up. Oh, there we go. More than one failure, though. At least more than net. Nothing. Well, anyway, don't see shit.
Don't see shit. Exactly.
Actually, I don't see anyone else's either, so I'll just restart the tools.
Sword.
Okay. Everyone good to go. So Ragesh feels a little suspicious about what Klus is doing.
I don't like the look of him.
Couldn't open the app because it's not communicating properly with Google. Interesting.
Are you on Chrome or Firefox?
I'm on Chrome, but
Okay.
I'll just see if it works. We can keep going. Don't worry about it.
So what made Rogesh suspicious?
Just instinct, I think.
Oh, so
Instinct.
he didn't like push any small children or anything?
he pushes Key out of the way as he leaves.
Because I mean, if he does he?
No. No. So Klus heads off and says, after you've completed your work in the center, I will meet you in the freezer room again.
Okie doke.
Well, very well.
Well, that was weird.
Okay, so from the warehouse, you have to make yourself go through some corridors, and then into a turbolift. The fish are pretty stinky right now, and as you get to the turbolift, there is a Zygerrian on the lift with an administrative uniform, and as you squeeze onto the lift with him, he seems to be quite perturbed. There's not much space, and it is pretty smelly. What are you all doing on here? This is Zygerrian only area.
We've been through this. You don't have to get all angry like everyone else.
I'll have
We have
you know
approval.
I am a transfer administrator. You low-life fishmongers have no idea how important my position is.
Okay.
He
Thank you
doesn't
for
seem
letting
to,
us know then.
He doesn't seem to recognize Maragog.
So
Just hypothetically, if D4 were to start lifting him up by the throat, would that look like a forced joke?
Give me the.
No, I don't think I will. I'm just considering it.
Go ahead and give the flicker check.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it flickers.
Oh, he flickered.
So an obvious gasp from him.
Someone start making ghost noises.
Hi.
Ah!
All right, now I'm gonna do that.
Well, we do have a crate we can shove him in.
And it already smells awful.
Yeah, and it's going to
Yeah.
the freezer.
So since he's held by Dart, I just pull out some poison and I jab him with it.
Unless you want us to roll for it, but I figure if he's just an admin.
Yeah, he does not have much resistance to you. He's not been lifting weights or anything, so... yeah, you can grab him, lift him up, and... I assume you actually grab him by the mouth, too, so it's even more like...
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
and plus,
Just-
I probably don't even have to use poison. Like, he can just bonk him on the head and throw him in, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have your electro staff right there, right?
Yeah.
Just walking around with your electro staff out in the open.
Out in the open's relative.
Hank would ask you not to kill him.
Oh, should we use the lightsaber?
I mean, the electro staff can do stuns, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's strain damage.
so would you have to ask, or would you immediately would D4 actually stun without question?
He'd probably just cover his
Intruder
mouth
on
and
set.
then-
Intruder on set. Subdue.
Lights out.
Exit stage left. And he shoves him right in the crate, which just happened to be on his left.
Okay. Yeah, the guy is in the crate, and knocked out, and the level stops. The turbo lift stops, not at the galley level, and opens to see another Zygerrian in an administrator's uniform looking at you. It looks like he had been waiting for someone. He raises an eyebrow. What are you doing?
You're in the presence of Lord Maragog. And it looks like we got on the wrong floor. We'll be seeing you. And I press
Quick,
close.
just jam the door closed button.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you make it to the galley floor and to the freezer without any other issues.
We
This
probably need to
elevator
be
needs
quick.
new priorities.
Okay, from the galley freezer, you can see that there are quite a bit of like just food and boxes piled up everywhere, different sort of things everywhere. You know, this is like the freezer refrigerator area, so anything that would be refrigerated would be here. You can see, based on the schematics that Klus described, the access tunnel seems to be blocked by a bunch of stuff, so you're going to have to try to move that around. Can I get a daunting athletics check from someone out there?
Is that ghost someone?
Yes, and you know that there is no one in this room as well. This is unpacking time,
Are there any
probably.
cameras?
Why don't you roll against 2C1D? No cameras.
Woo!
By the way, can someone reset the destiny?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
Sorry. No, you've lost that point.
we get it back because Hank's such a goody two-shoes. Even though he just like slapped Gristle.
Okay, so how do you want to arrange the boxes that you're moving?
Tetris style?
I don't know. What was our objective here exactly? I know we're just getting our fish in, but do we need any...
So what he described was a maintenance hatch that goes down into the center for the preservation of Zygerria.
Probably move them in a way that they form a visual wall to wherever the maintenance hatch is, provided we found it.
Yeah, I like that.
Just, yeah.
Okay. So as you open the hatch, you reveal that it's pretty tight. It looks like smaller characters will find it pretty easy to get on, but as you get bulkier and bulkier, it's going to get tighter and tighter, and you're probably going to scrape against the edges. So someone like Key or Vulcan, it's going to be one difficulty. Brawn 2 or 3 is going to be average. Brawn 4 or 5 is going to be hard. 6 or more is daunting.
Damn, now I regret raising my brawn to 2.
So this is coordination, by the way, to squeeze yourself down.
Are there ulterior ways to get there?
Holy crap.
Sorry, wrong button.
On the modulator.
Are there ulterior ways to get there?
Not that you've been provided, no. But there might be ways to make it easier for someone who's bulky to get down.
Oh, we're in a kitchen. Where's the grease?
Couldn't we, kind of disassemble D4 a bit? Maybe take his arms off and then put them on later?
Would Deep 4 appreciate that?
I don't know if appreciate's the right word, but he could be convinced pretty easily.
Well, it's like, in order to move on to the next scene, you need to slim down, and those arms are pretty bulky. You need to take a temporary costume change.
I don't know, make a
Vulcan
charm
does
or a
try-
leadership check.
Trying desperately to fit in with D4's skewed vision of reality.
Make a charm or leadership check against one difficulty, and you can have a boost for that.
This is required for the next scene.
Oh, wait, his presence is 1, isn't it? Nope, it's 2. Alright. He definitely didn't take anything. Oh, wait, he does have a rank and charm. What do you know?
There you go. All right.
So he's not thrilled, but he's good with it.
Okay, can I get, let's see. Disassembling a droid would be something that Vulcan's pretty familiar with, right?
Oh yeah.
Timing would be the hardest part.
Yes, I agree. Well, the others might try to venture down and see what's ahead of them. Oh, and there's a triumph. Was that the coordination roll from...
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 triumphs for the coordination roll.
Okay. 2 triumphs. Okay. So that's going to help later. Something you do notice as you're getting down there is that there starts to be a lot of noise. So let me know if that gets too loud. Well, you guys can turn it down if it's too loud on your end. But getting D4 down, probably just hard to take off his arms.
Follow-up question: should we have him try? Because he does have 3 green for coordination.
Oh yeah, I mean you should at least try. I mean there's also a boost if you want to grease yourself up.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we'll do that, and I'm gonna flip just because that'll make it easier if this works.
Yeah, if someone wants to spend their triumph to help him too, that could help.
Yeah?
Hank will.
Well, I guess we should see what he rolls before we do that. Or
It
that
would be an
just be a-
upgrade. It would be an upgrade on his check.
no.
Yeah, you can. Hank is going to assist you with this triumph. He's like, hey man, put your foot here. Put your
All right.
Take
He
the
just
threat
grabs both
strain,
feet
by
and
the way.
falls.
Okay, let's try it here, and we'll see.
Taking you down with me.
Ooh, okay, yeah, you make it. As I said, threat is strain.
All right, and that was only one of the triumphs that I used because I flipped for the others. So.
Okay. Yeah, so as you pop out, Key comes out first because he's got a sense of the stealth, and you open yourself up to see yourself in the Center for the Preservation of Zygerria. You
What's a
open a
human doing
hatch.
here?
Yeah. So you see yourself in one of these racks of these magnetic tape record keepings. Key immediately notices that the row over, there is a Zygerrian just messing around. It looks like he's trying to put back some things. So Key can warn people of that, and you can avoid a stealth roll here from bringing notice to yourselves as you're exiting. So you see there are several rows of the tapes. On the edges of the wall from here, you can see these things, and from there you can't quite see this area yet, but it is a little bit of ways. You can see that there's more space.
Wait, so we've already gone through everything with our crate. Have we unloaded our stuff yet?
I assume we did that in the hall.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that can be assumed. I'm not going to make you flip to say you did it.
Well, I would have just...
Each
I
person,
would've
please
upped
flip.
that into something else anyway.
Flip a destiny point for each stim pack I smuggled in.
Alright, so we have the one Zygerrian we know is there, and we're able to stay clear of, but what one of these things would we need to use to send the message?
Yes. Can I get a... This is something that's very esoteric. Balkan is kind of shocked to see this sort of stuff around. Can I get a daunting education check with a setback?
I feel like Balkan should have a fear check.
No, he's more mad than afraid.
Yes,
Like,
and
what? I already really typed up what he said. What damn
Fair
century
enough.
do these catmen live in?
and the sound that you're hearing is just the tapes whirring in these machines.
Okay, I remove the setback because of the researcher talent, so I'm just going to roll the daunting.
Okay, Vulcan, you know that this stuff is incredibly archaic. You're not going to be able to slice into anything. But if they're going to have this stuff, they're going to have a converter area as well. So you guys can't quite see it, but you know that there has to be a conversion area where you're going to be able to convert digital information into these tapes. And you can surmise from there that if you can get the tapes into these will be the things that are being broadcasted. Looking just at the titles of some of these tapes around here, you can see things like the rise of Zygerria, a new dawn for Zygerria. These are all like propaganda films that are being broadcast all over the planet. So.
I don't suppose any of those tape players conveniently say show to all systems.
Can you give me another daunting education check to try and analyze how they're organizing things? Ooh. Okay. So based on the way you understand how these things work, they're going to be broadcasting to specific areas of the planet, like they're going to be dedicated. Dedicated to, from there. Obviously, this is not the broadcast array itself. This is just the storage of the tapes and the display, basically. And so, using just some analysis in your head, you're able to figure out that if you get a good distribution, you're going to be able to be broadcasting in different areas of the planet at different times. And so, it's going to be very unpredictable for them, especially if you have just cut into random ones all over the place. They're not going to be able to just stop. They're not going to be able to predict when it's being played in different places. And you think mechanically you're going to have to get 6 successes to get a good distribution on whenever you do have the tape ready. You're going to have to splice it in with either skullduggery, or you can use mechanics as well. You're going to need 6 successes to achieve the best distribution.
All right.
Okay.
I can already guess that this is all because Atai is fucking paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he needs to die like he did to what was probably a perfectly good server farm.
Exactly. You can actually see some of the components that were ripped, that were here, just sad, ripped from the walls and that sort of things. Okay, so you are aware of one person in this room, but that's all you know right now.
Is he anywhere near the conversion thing?
You actually haven't. You predicted that it should be there, but you haven't seen it yet. You guys are still just in one of these rows.
Okay.
You could always send Key out to scout.
Okay. So you're going to move out from one of the rows, right?
Yes.
And
We
you
want
do have
to temporarily give him back his stealth field generator.
It could.
I think I'd kind of rather have D4 still hold on to.
His stealth
Yeah.
roll is better than the stealth generator.
Well, I thought it served as 2 layers of defense.
I mean, yeah, it does.
But so does Unmatched Fortune.
True. Alright, fine. I know certainly finding a droid here would probably be a bit more serious than finding a child, but he could always go with I'm the little lost slave routine.
Yes.
that'll go over well. Yeah.
I'm writing a book report on slavery.
He has 3 guns now.
I'm a slave diagnosed with a terminal disease, and they let me come up here.
All I wanted to do was learn more about my oppressors.
Mainly how they oppressed themselves.
It was Make-A-Wish, I swear.
Yes. Okay. So you're going to be up against 2 red, 1 purple, but you get a boost from all of this noise.
I did it!
Whoa, okay. So not only do you see 2 people in what looks to be more of a control area over here, exactly as they're sort of pictured, you also see a guy standing about short distance from you just at one of these containers. So you have found 4 people, and you've also identified. You also see something behind the control area that looks very interesting. You see a filming area.
Ooh. With live broadcasting capabilities?
Well, you're not close enough to know that yet, but you would probably predict, based on what they have here, that's not even possible.
You know who likes filming?
No, who?
It's true. And Keith sort of wonders, like, what if we could get a message out with Saber to his own people?
Certainly a nice thing to sync up with the assassination footage.
Okay. But before you can really think about all of that, you've got 4 people to deal with.
And we don't have a fish crate to stuff them in, so...
Yeah, so Key could report back, right?
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering, before we get too far off, would there be any tapes that we could find that might have been about, like, the Lost Prince or whatever?
About Saber in particular, I would say that's something that's pretty repressed, so probably nothing about him. But there may be something interesting here to different people. Just let me know what you're trying to find, and I can give you a difficulty.
Well, that control room would probably have that everything here cataloged, which would make it a lot easier to find. So maybe we should take care of these Zygerrians first, and then start looking for things that would be of interest.
Fair enough.
Would it, from what Key was able to find with all of them, could we take them out one by one, save for the 2 people who were in the same space? Like, if we were able to quietly take out one, would the other ones immediately find out?
Want to Splinter Cell it?
Kind of.
Yes, he is pretty certain with all the noise that's going on. Even if they shout, as long as it's not too loud, like, it's not going to be going too far.
Okay, so D4 should probably force choke that Zygerrian we found on the way in, if nothing else. And then maybe the rest of us with our stun blasters can take out the rest.
Okay, so D4, this guy is just like in the row beside you guys. How do you want to handle it?
I feel like it would probably be quietest to just try and brawl him. I mean, I don't know, he has the electric staff, but I don't know if that would get drowned out.
Just like punch him once
I
in
guess
the
it's
throat.
a gentle buzz. So.
Well, I was just thinking of what you did with that administrator was to grab him by the mouth so he couldn't even
Yeah.
scream.
That's true, I can just smother him until he passes out.
Okay, yeah, how do you want to get to him, though, is the question.
Stealthily? With the
Like with the field?
stealth field generator?
Ah, okay, yes, let's do... So you're just going to be walking around, basically? Around the...
Yeah, I
the
mean,
rows?
that seems like the easiest thing to do, unless there's any other way to get to him. I couldn't really think of one.
Yeah, I mean, the ceiling goes higher than the rows go up.
Then let's have him try and climb up it and drop down on him.
Okay, yes, so let's do stealth field roll.
It's good.
Okay, the stealth field. And let's see if this guy can hear you.
We should time it so that as D4 is ready to drop down, we like take one of the tape cases and like roll it out of the aisle, so it just kind of rolls into view, and
Rolls past him and distracts him.
or just everyone, so they just see it kind of tape rolling, and they're all given pause for a moment, cover some
Alright.
noise.
Aha!
Wow.
Does not hear you. Okay.
Jeez.
So effectively, you're able to sneak behind him, grab him, zap him. He's down.
Yay!
Okay. You short distance away. You did have a guy just standing at one of these machines, and then medium distance is the control area.
Well, do you guys want to try and like see if we can take out both of them silently at the same time, and D4 will take out the other one here?
Yeah, that sounds
I'd have to
good
get into
idea.
short distance to stun, but
Rogesh also has dart gun, doesn't he?
Yep.
So, I don't know, just everyone get to short and open fire with stun blasts and darts, or maybe just the sneaky ones, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so we can roll stealth for everyone to. Well, you guys would have to move past the guy in short.
Well, do you want me to take him first, or would they see him?
Yeah, they would be able to see him. It looks like they are having a little bit of a conversation over here, though.
We could always go with Gristle's idea.
Sounds good.
Alright, well, D4 will just move next to the other guy, so I don't know if you want me to roll stealth field, but just to get ready to attack him.
Yes, roll stealth field again. Oh, it flickers. He gasps,
flickers.
he shouts. The others look toward him.
Yeah, but then there's nothing there.
They see him stumbling
That
backwards.
serves actually as a perfect distraction for the rest of us, though, wouldn't it?
Yes, it might. Okay. How do you want to handle it?
Well then let's just do it. Right as they all look at D4, we can close in on the people on the control room, and then he can just finish off the person that they're suddenly looking at who shouted.
Open fire. Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Or you can have Ragesh run over and pretend to be helping the guy and frantically call the other two over, and then they all run together and we can take him out.
Way too complicated.
Okay. First
It's really
plan,
just one step.
Yeah, first plan, yeah. So you're not going to have to roll for this. Cinematically, it works out pretty well. They're distracted, they look over at him, and then stun blasts come at them as you guys have snuck up from them from short. So all of
Oh, I
these
didn't realize we snuck. Okay.
Oh, well,
You were sneaking when D4 was sneaking.
Oh.
Like, everyone was moving up at the same time.
Okay.
okay.
Missed that.
You have control of the Center for the Preservation of Zygerria.
Alright, Falcon is first going to want to look at that control room to see if there's any, like, catalog he can look at for all these tapes.
Yeah, you can see very like, it's kind of disgusting what computer system they actually do have here, in terms of, like, you actually have to put input lines into it and everything.
Is it like a
that.
punch card system?
Yeah, I mean, effectively, it's pretty
Can we
brutal.
burn this place down when we're done?
Saber looks at you and is like, ugh.
Did we find any place to broadcast in here, or is this just the data tape so far?
This is just the data tapes, but you can see that it's feeding into the broadcast area. And this is what you want. You want them to set it up to where, like the analysis that Vulcan did, they're not going to know where it's going to be, like what places are going to be broadcast to at the same time. So it's not going to be predictable for them. Even if they know you were here, they're not going to be able to control.
Is there like a kill switch or anything that someone has, like, remotely?
They would have to turn off the entire station, yes.
But
It's
there's a way, like I'm
possible.
saying, like if we start broadcasting with Saber, they might, like...
Oh, immediately? Yeah. Well, like I said, if you actually do look at the film area, you would see that there's not live broadcast capability. So
Okay.
what you would probably want to do is, convert the file that you do have of the assassination, and then just add Saber's message to it as well.
Gotcha. Alright, well D4 is going to go investigate the film studio, because that feels comfortable, albeit antiquated.
Yes. And so you can do, it's going to just be, to convert the footage you do have is going to be a hard skullduggery or a daunting mechanics. And then actually splicing it, the one that you need 6 successes total for is 2 skullduggery, average skullduggery or hard mechanics. But you guys probably want to consider what kind of speech. Saber will actually look at you and says, I really don't know what to say to my people. So I want you guys to think about what sort of things you think Saber should say.
What do you want them to hear, first of all?
I really don't know.
Well, you need to consider that we're all here for you. So what you want is most important right now.
So effectively,
what you want is stupid. Well,
All this time, you've been expressing just how disgusted you've been with how the Zygerrians have been acting. Now that we have proof that Atai's regime is illegitimate, you could offer a different direction.
Okay. So saying that Atai is illegitimate. So effectively, what you're trying to do is hit points here, and
Monarchy.
it's going to give. It's going to be an experience bonus at the end. I just want to see the quality of the the ideas that you think should work here. So what about the monarchy in particular?
Well, just honoring the bloodline and the proud traditions of Zygerria, and not allowing usurpers to take the throne.
Okay.
Emphasize how much Atai has betrayed Zygerria by
Oh,
having the hand in murdering the queen and using it to benefit himself.
okay. I like that.
Also, we can like doctor up some pictures of him with makeup on or something, and like drunk outside a club.
There we go.
Pose him with Rogesh and say he's a human lover.
Okay. Any other points that you think Saber should make? Anything else you think should happen?
Lord Maragog is with me.
Well, would we maybe
As
want
he's
to make
watching at home.
like a lore or xenology check or whatever? I'm not sure which it would be to learn more about Zygerrian culture or history or whatever.
Yes, I guess I can give you hints here for something that might be good. So, can I get a formidable outer rim? Because you're looking for something very particular about Zygerria.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Okay.
Did they
Vulcan,
use Nazi sabers?
You notice Saber has a very interesting sword at his side, and you seem to remember that it's kind of important.
Isn't that the one of your house, Scintel?
Oh, yes. We should probably have it on the desk while I'm talking.
Oh, I forgot all about it.
What about your crystal?
The one I
We'd
got
have to
from...
take it out of his lightsaber, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
it's not like that takes very long.
but he does have just the crown in general.
Yeah.
Have that on the sword, representing your house's former claim on the throne.
Ooh, I like that imagery. Okay. Yes. So with these ideas, basically, you're gonna get +3 to the experience at the end. So.
Woo! Yay!
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do here before you try the checks?
Would we be able to
well,
search
this is
tapes afterward?
I do still want to look at all the other tapes, but I guess that's after we leave. Go back into the control room.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And also, entrances to this room? How many?
Yes.
Where?
Yes. There's one entrance that you can see.
Are there any chairs around?
There are very large servers.
Alright, D4's just gonna fire hazard this room and barricade the door.
Okay. Yeah. Can I get a just a hard athletics check?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You like start stacking them on top of one another. So you're pretty confident that not many people, like there probably have to be an explosion before they could get into this room.
Yay.
So
Alright.
yeah, mechanics is one more difficulty. I know Vulcan does have quite a bit to offer.
Balkans can do the rolls.
And so it's daunting
Crystal is going
mechanics
to-
to convert the data into the tapes, right?
Yes. So that's just to convert the digital version you have of the assassination footage. Obviously, you're going to be filming on the tape that works for the system. So Saber's part isn't going to be an issue.
Okay. So I'm going to intense focus for that, and I am going to co-opt someone to help me for unskilled assistance.
You could
Alright,
have
no.
well, there's the
You want-
Torcuda double boost. Remember?
Oh, yeah, there's
Oh, I
that.
thought that was with skilled assistance. All right, let me just roll one more boost then, see if that takes care of that threat. Nope.
Okay. Take a strain as you cut yourself while you're having to work out all of these things mechanically.
Fuck
Really?
these tapes.
Yeah, so you sort of just try to bandage yourself a little bit, and then, so like I said, six successes on the hard mechanics or the average skullduggery is what you need.
If
Obviously, you
successes
can-
matter. Balkan, I don't care if you consent or not. There you go.
Can you actually boost it past 7? Because I know
We
for
can-
STEM application
we
you
can
can't.
try.
You can only go up to 6.
Oh, can you? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, 6 is the hard limit of stem app.
Well, say you use that on Key then, because Key can help.
Oh, well, we can't do the same check, can they?
But Key can do the skullduggery if you don't get enough successes on the mechanics.
Oh, okay, so we can do them both? Yeah, then I'll just keep them.
Alright,
Step
for
child.
this check, I'm going to flip, and I'm going to intense focus again. Remind me to take naps. And roll.
I think we're good.
Wow.
7 successes.
That's amazing. No advantage, no triumphs or anything. Just you got what you needed.
Yeah, only one failure got procced on the difficulty. The rest was threat that had to get canceled. Ta-da!
Okay, yeah, Vulcan is pretty confident in what he's been able to do. So, what are you trying to? There's quite a you did this pretty efficiently. Key was helping you with this, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like sending him around with the tapes to install them, and you have enough time to look through the catalog and see if there's anything interesting. So, what kind of things would you be interested in searching for?
Miraj singing a lullaby to Saber.
That can be D4's biz. Balkan is going to see if maybe the center has recorded any tapes that record technological progress, something they like to trumpet off to themselves to show, look how advanced we are, even though our film studio is out of the 1940s.
Yes, I wonder how I should roll this check. I guess it would be perception to try and identify what you're looking for, but it'd be probably average. And then we'll see what you get. What you find is that most of the stuff in here is pretty propagandistic, and there is like stuff trumpeting the slaving technologies that they have, the advances made in neuronic whips and in different kinds of shackles, and the technology, trumpeting the station's ability to transfer slaves without incident. And you do get there is some background in the technology of that may be interesting to certain people.
Yes, I do believe this will work.
Yes.
I wish I could
and we
put
can. Yeah, we can take a break here. So, but anything else Vulcan would be interested in?
In this room, probably not. Although
Okay.
now I'm thinking that maybe we should probably trap that Zygerrian with the cybernetics on our way out. See if I can't peel something interesting off of him. Since he's a big fat faker.
Sounds good. Let's do a 5-minute break before we continue.
Fi, I weep for your loss, but I will give you something better.
Okay. Welcome back from break. So you guys have just completed splicing into each of the broadcast servers, and you guys are ready to return back up to the freezer room in the galley. So as you guys get back up there, you do see that Klus is there waiting for you. And so he says, "Were you successful?"
Yes, we were.
We managed to get a good number of tapes that will allow for maximum dispersion, and we even added a little addendum with Saber here to better sow a little distrust in the system.
He smiles and says, "That's wonderful. I'm so very glad you thought of that." He then presents you with a key that will cause the lifts to go to the boardroom. He says, I will be ahead of you in the boardroom. I've distracted the guards on the way there, so you should have no resistance.
I want to look at Saber right now. now that he's aware that the time is nigh, how is he looking?
Yeah, he has a really toothy grin, like he's really anticipating this.
Did we all see what Saber recorded?
Yes, I assume most people would have been interested in knowing, like, seeing that happen. You know, that historic event.
Just making sure he didn't record anything secretly, not that we wouldn't want to show everyone.
Rise up against Borga the Hutt.
Guess who has the Force?
Ooh! Just the crown and the sword start hovering around.
Oh my god!
I guess Crystal
so
would have
clearly in my head.
given him a few pointers on looking a little more charismatic.
When you say pointers, do you mean a stim?
No, just
Oh.
giving him, letting him
Now,
give some
whatever
advice.
you do, don't cross your arms, lean back, and look like a smug bastard.
Yeah.
We're not gonna win people over.
Tip
That
number
would
one.
actually be a good thing for Zygerria, so.
Alright, well, I guess with nothing else to lose, let's go help Saber complete his vendetta.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh no! Not that boardroom, not that one.
Okay, before we go in, Hank is going to commit one force.
We haven't heard that one in a while.
Because of that triumph on the stim familiar for Key, can Key keep his increased cunning for this encounter?
Yes, I will allow that.
Alright.
Okay, so you went up the turbo lift and went through a series of doors before you entered the boardroom area. In contrast to the Bleak Station, the boardroom is richly decorated with fine, museum-worthy art, and you see a boardroom table. There's only about 7 or 8 people around it, not as many as here, with a faint blue light. You see all of them are Zygerrians, various ages. Some of them look like they're in military uniforms. And at the head, you do see Atai Molec with Klus standing by him. Can I get a formidable computers or perception check?
That was the computers, by the way.
Vulcan, as you're looking at this scene, you see a slight static break. What you realize by looking at this is that this is a very sophisticated holographic projection. These people aren't really here.
I quickly press the door close button and we go back down.
No. The door has slammed behind you. As I said, you went through a series of doors afterwards. It locks. And then you see the figure of Atai Molec stand up and start to laugh hysterically. They really fell for it, didn't they, Klus? You idiots! Oh wait, I need to get my dramatic music going. They really fell for it, didn't they, Klus? You idiots! I know perfectly well what happens on my station, and that footage will never be seen on Zygerria. He proceeds to mock the speech that Saber recorded.
He's riffing over it like riff track.
Yeah, exactly. And you won't be seen anymore either, my poor, poor Saber. You're just as foolish as your mother. At that, you see Saber reach out and grab him. And then with the crush, you see a sort of mannequin, it's sort of droid-like, but it's obviously not like a fully functioning droid. It seems like the way this projection works is that it's projected onto these mannequins, which then like solidifies the figure and makes it much more defined. And so that's why it's much more difficult to detect that it's actually a hologram instead of usually in Star Wars the holograms are so just sort of blue-colored. And so that droid crushes, obviously ending the hologram. You see all the others get up in shock as one by one they shut off. Atai's broadcast resumes on another droid, and he says, "Very interesting. Perhaps you are fit to be the merciless king Zygerria needs. No matter, though. You die here." His broadcast cuts out, and guards begin to fill the room. There are 3 entrances that they're coming out of. But because you guys, Vulcan was able to warn you guys about it being a projection, you can roll cool or vigilance.
Is D4 still invisible?
I
I mean, I was planning on him still being stealth, so...
Yes, can you roll your... Oh, yeah, you're still invisible.
So here's another follow-up question. Is Cluse real?
No, remember, he crushed the... Oh, yeah. Oh, Cluse is there. Yes.
Okay.
Cluse is still there after it ends.
D4 would probably have started moving towards him once the whole Saber started force-crushing things.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll put you... So I've got a little bit of a... It's not letting me move. Okay. So I've got a little bit of a map to the side here.
Uh-huh.
And so instead of being with the rest of the blue at medium from the boardroom, you can make yourself at short, like just at sort of the edge here.
Alrighty.
Okay. So what you guys see coming in through the entrance up top is 2 squads with rifles. On the side, there are another 2 squads with rifles. And at the edge here, you see the guy with the electrostaff and 2 squads with neuronic whips. So I'm going to go ahead and roll all of those initiatives. So...
Are any of the droids still in play? I know they're probably not attacking, but are they still like mocking Saber?
No, you see that once the broadcast ends on them, they don't really do anything. They just sit there. They're not really droids. They're just more projections. Yeah, mannequins. There's no sentience in them. Where am I? 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, and I'll flip for him. So. Okay.
I'm putting them in. Just 1 second.
Okay. So, Cluse still stands at the hollow projection table. He looks at Vulcan before turning to his a comm that seems to be on his wrist and shouts now. So from inside the station, you start to hear booms on the outside, and then 2 of the troops that came in through these entrances fire on the other troop as Cluse dives under the table.
The Loyalists are with us.
You might see some of the troops that just fired on the others start ripping off disguises, and you see Rebel insignia.
That too.
Okay, so I'm going to actually roll the shots just to see how much damage they are going to be taking. And so the bottom 2 initiative slots will be friendly.
Okay.
So you said that Atai is prone under a table.
No, that's Cluse.
Cluse, that one.
Yeah,
Whichever one.
Atai
They all
is
look the same
never
to me.
really here.
And it doesn't look like Cluse is such a bad guy.
Well, that depends on if the friendlies are firing at him or them, I guess. I thought when you said he dove that it meant they were shooting at him too.
Well, there are enemies still in the rooms, and so
Yeah.
regardless
No,
of which side he's on.
It looks like he triggered the people
Explosion.
firing on. And Vulcan, have you been in a space battle before? Has anyone been in a space battle?
D4 has.
D4, you recognize the sounds of a space battle going on outside. This isn't just like explosions. This is capital ships firing on capital ships.
Oh, dang.
That's problematic.
Okay, we can start the battle.
Oh, give me 1 second. For some reason, I need to put in a couple more here. 2. There should be. Is it 7 NPCs total?
Yeah, 7 NPCs and the bottom 2 will be friendly. I'm gonna go ahead and do the shots.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, you see 2 fall. Let's see. You see 1 fall from each of the rifleman group that aren't friendly. Okay, you're just about ready to start?
Yeah, sorry. I just need to go back over them. It looks like I skipped one, so just put everything off. Sorry, I'm being a bad GM assistant right now. Alright, so the
You
first
have
one.
one job.
1.4. Okay, that's the one that I missed. Okay.
See, and at least one of them had
A triumph, yeah.
a triumph. So
I'll mark. I'll call them triumph.
Yeah. You see the guy with the electro staff come in. I'll say he doesn't see D4, right? Yeah, you can see him run forward and become engaged with Saber. Saber isn't going to be able to do combat, but whoever is fighting against the guy with the electro staff will have a boost from Saber. So this guy is now engaged with you. Oops, that's not the color I want.
So what is the range between? I assume we're the blue circle.
Yeah, the blue circle here is most of the party. D4 did move up over here. And then the 2 circles over here are short range with whips. The head of security is engaged with you right now. And then at medium are 2 rifle groups. And then friendly rifle groups right behind them firing on them.
All right.
Cool. Let us know when battle begins.
Yeah, I'm ready. I've got the initiative up.
Because Key would like to shoot at the head.
All right. 3 PCs are up.
Yep.
By the looks of it.
So can Key take a shot at the head of security then?
He's currently engaged with Saber.
Okay.
Minor details.
Doc.
So, but he's at short range, right? So
No,
just one red?
Well, I mean, you'd have to back up to get... He's engaged, basically, with the rest of the party, too.
Oh, okay, right. So what other defenses does he have? Because otherwise it's 1 purple, 1 red, right?
Okay, if you're wanting to fire at Saber, you know.
No, I'm wanting to fire at the head of security.
2 range defense, adversary 2, and I will flip.
I don't understand why he's laughing. I really don't.
Okay.
Because, you know, Key's the one shooting, so...
Adversary 2, so that would mean 2 red, 1 purple. but then a flip, so 3 purple? Or 3 red?
From short range, or are you not going to move?
I was still in engaged.
Okay. Yes, so that would be 2 difficulty, and then, so, 2 red. It should be 2 red and a purple, I think.
Okay,
Plus 2 setbacks.
gotcha. And I got a boost because Saber's fighting, right?
No, that's only melee people. Sorry, I wasn't clarifying that.
You were not. Alright, well, let's see. Go! Cool. Okay, so then, that does 16 damage.
Super crit him.
You do get through his armor, but you see that a lot of it is reflected back.
That's fine. I am going to crit him.
Okay, can you roll that?
Yeah, hold on. Do I have 2 lethal blows? I always forget how many I have. Yeah, 2 lethal blows.
Okay,
And
he's
I am
got,
going to- so that'll be, I'll be critting him plus 60.
wait, what?
I have awesome crits.
Oh, right. Well,
He
everyone
has-
break out your chart and see how this goes.
He has jury rigged for the crit.
So it's 1 advantage per crit. So,
Oh,
and then
Okay.
my gun generates 2 advantages on a hit.
okay, so I don't think we've just... wait, we're gonna need to talk about that later. The jury rigged for the crit. Okay, he does have 3 ranks in durable.
Okay. So
Alright.
it's 100 and then anywhere between 170, I guess.
Wait, no, he has durable too, though. So he has 3 ranks in
All right, so
durable.
here are
It's
your
plus
choices.
30. It's 74, right?
Well,
That's
no,
what I
because
said,
you can
from-
choose to reduce it.
from
So it's
104
either
to-
104 to 74.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You have hamstrung, which is you lose your free maneuver. You have winded. You cannot voluntarily suffer strain. And then you have at the brink, you suffer 1 strain every time you perform an action. Or if you choose not to use any durable, you have maimed, so you lose a limb.
You should probably maim yourself.
Just FYI. Okay, that's going to be... what's the one where... My options are hamstrung,
Winded.
winded.
At the
Okay.
brink.
Okay, winded is the effects... What's the effects of winded again?
You lose. You can't suffer strain voluntarily anymore.
Okay, I will take winded.
Well, that was fun.
And was that the foe with the triumph, right? I'll just put a note that he's winded. Alright. Alright, there are
Yay.
2 PC slots up.
If no one's going to take it, I am. Alright.
Go for it.
Balkan is going to take a sideways maneuver to get out of engage, but remain in short with the 2 groups like he's over here now. And then I'm going to perform a utility belt incidental to reach into my backpack and pull out... Ooh, do I want to channel my inner Rio, or should I... No. I'm going to pull out a stun grenade, and I'm going to throw it at this security group over here.
Okay.
Let's see, and that's ranged light with just 1 purple, nothing to upgrade or...
Yeah, I'll make it a red.
Alright. Okay, so there's that. Oh man, I scrolled off of it. Hold on, I need to go find it again. Stun grenade. Okay, and so that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stun damage.
Okay. So the whips... they're all up. They're all still up.
Alright.
Alright, new PC up.
Okay. So who wants to go?
No one else wants to. Crystal can go. The security chief that came up, he did have... Yeah, he had those 2 defenses, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Crystal's gonna look at him and flash his teeth. Well, you know you're outnumbered now. You can hear the battle outside. You might want to consider running before this turns bad. And he's going to use Disarming Smile. He's going to distract this guy with sort of a little chaos. And I have to make an opposed charm check on him. So
Oh yeah. Zygerrians have a native presence of 3, so it's going to be hard.
okay. Yeah. So he has no more defense. He loses 2 defense for the whole encounter.
Nice. Good job.
And I'll use my maneuver to get behind some cover.
Okay, you probably want to dive under the table here with Cluse.
Okay.
Come here often?
Okay, it's a PC slot, right?
No, it's now a foe.
Or a foe.
NPC.
Okay. Okay. Are all the NPCs supposed to be highlighted?
I highlighted the enemy ones, and the rebels are at the bottom.
Well, you missed 2 of them.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Oh, I did. All right, yeah,
Okay.
I'll get him.
Okay. Your new defenses. Does Key have any defenses?
Oh, Key. Yes, he has 1 melee, 1 ranged, and he will dodge if he's being attacked.
Okay. Yes, the guard is not very happy with you.
What? Why not?
He
Okay.
hates children.
Yeah, just dodging once, though.
He's the Picard of Zygerrians.
Went the wrong way. Okay, dodging once. And he can't voluntarily suffer strain, right? That's winded?
Yep.
So you have taken down his frenzied attack ability. So good on that.
Oh.
Okay. So the electro staff starts spinning. 13 damage twice.
Okay. Is that stun or lethal?
That is lethal.
Okay, let me see then. Oh. Alright. Key's unconscious.
Roll your crits.
Is he gonna crit with the Triumph too? Like, should I roll that before the
I think
unconscious?
the Triumph
it
is
is
linked.
Yeah.
The triumph.
Oh. Okay.
76 overpowered.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Another attack
Oh.
using the exact same pool.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's gonna take it too.
That's the kid when he's down.
You take more
Yeah.
crits if you're hit when you're down?
I think
No.
you do, don't you?
Well, you don't take crits, but you can take more wounds. Up
Yeah,
to
he-
double your
They're
threshold.
prone.
So yeah, I mean, he is just wailing on poor Key, who has already fallen. So you can go ahead and put yourself at double your wounds.
Okay.
The Triumph will be rallying the Zygerrians behind him. They'll get an upgrade on their attacks. They seem to be enjoying what he's doing.
Alright, because of that, do you guys mind if Ragesh goes?
Go ahead.
Poison his ass.
Alright, so when he it's like, whoa! Like, he's just getting pummeled. I'm going to try to do, like, a coordination parkour. I'm going to try to scramble, like, on top of this guard captain. And I'm trying to use my whip to choke him. That's not going to... I'm not going to do that all in one turn, but I wanted to see what would be the opposition. The opposing check for that.
So when we had talked about this, did we say opposed by their athletics?
Yeah, so like either athletics or his coordination too. So your choice.
Yeah, if it's going to be athletics, it's going to be formidable, upgraded 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
they're
Ragesh wouldn't
cybernetics.
even know that. He's just like, oh my gosh, he's just trying to distract him from Key. So, formidable, upgraded 3 times. Good grief. All right, and can I get a bonus because Ragesh and Key are bros?
Sure.
All right, and I'm going to flip a destiny. Ah.
Okay,
So, I don't actually get the grapple, but I guess I'm kind of in his face now. So I'll use that for the advantages. So I don't manage to grapple him, but I am in the way.
Okay, and that effectively would be a boost to the next person to attack him?
Sure.
Okay.
I guess I kind of like tussle with him just a little bit, but he's a lot stronger than I thought. And
Okay.
that's my go. And then next, another PC.
Maybe Hank should do something.
Hank is
It
gonna
doesn't
go.
have to be.
He's gonna go last.
Yeah, it says D4 then.
Alright. I guess D4 would probably engage the other Electrostaff dude.
Okay. You currently have 2 boosts. One from Saber, obviously trying to do something, and then Rogesh's attack as well.
Will he get anything from the fact that no one knows he's there yet?
Oh yeah. So let's see. I think that would be an upgrade.
Alright.
I mean, that's pretty significant. I mean, the thing is that if he realized you were there, you would have been his first target.
It's fair. Alright, and what am I rolling at defense-wise?
Adversary 2, and then he does not have his defenses, so just Adversary 2.
Alright, I'm going to flip, so that brings me to 6p.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and upgrade as well, so add a purple to that.
Alright, and just to make sure this works, I'm gonna aim. So, strain. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
what are
right.
you looking at?
Let me see. Oh, and this is going to be non-lethal.
Oh, okay.
That is going to be...
Even after Key got thrashed?
Yeah, because he kind of... One, he usually only goes lethal when it's Imperials or monsters. And 2, he kind of wants to interrogate the guy.
Oh, okay.
Or at least torture him. Maybe a little bit.
Also, out of curiosity, is this the same guy we came across?
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
This was the dick that you saw earlier.
Okay, so that is going to be 16 strain damage twice, and then 5 more through soak.
oh man, I wish I'd known that. It would have been better for the disarming smile. Oh well.
Okay. Just a second.
Are you gonna crit as well?
I can't. I activated linked and stun pulse.
Oh, alright.
I figure it'd be better just to try and drop him.
I agree. I definitely want to peel him apart a bit.
Well, D4 also one, this guy's a challenge with another Electrostaff, so he kind of likes that. 2, kind of wants to take the Electrostaff. But yeah, I would hope with 11 dice that I rolled decently.
So I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording then. Just remind me to put it back up. But it's back on. We've got a foe up.
So don't take out his initiative slot for the one that you just attacked. He is over his threshold, so he does slump over, but do not take him out of initiative.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you see the whips come out, and they're going to try and go for D4.
Alright. 2 defense.
2 defense. Any other upgrades?
Nope.
Okay, they will upgrade. Okay. Oh yeah, they should have another upgrade as well, so I'm gonna roll that. Actually, I'm just gonna take back my destiny point.
Alright.
Okay, so these whips come out for stun damage. It is So it's going to be just 8. But then there is a surge of electricity, and you take 3 directly to your strain threshold.
Okay.
Okay.
PC up.
I think it's me, right, Hank?
Yep.
All right. The 2 groups can. If I'm like in the middle between of them, would I be engaged with both of them?
No.
No. Okay. Which group has an attack? That's the group I will.
Okay, so I'll say it's the ones at the bottom here.
All right. So Hank is going to do a hawk back swoop towards them.
Okay.
He's going to pull out his lightsaber, and he's going to aim twice. Take strain to hit them.
Oh, you're taking out the lightsaber. Okay.
Yes, taking out the.
Now everyone must die.
Was that not already the plan?
And you've got a green lightsaber, right?
Yes, the green lightsaber.
Okay. You notice, I think people would notice some glances from, well, besides everyone, the rebels in particular.
What's my difficulty? Is it?
Just 2.
All right.
Cut them down.
Ooh. Don't know if Hank has another destiny point, doesn't he? Or force point.
I got one committed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Hank uses the dark side.
Okay, so I haven't done this in a while. So that would be 12,
Okay, you take down 1 immediately.
and then I will. When I hit, it gives me a extra advantage. So that's actually 5. How many left are in the group?
There are 4.
All right, I will go ahead and get rid of them by critting all 4 of those.
Yeah, so this is a Saber Swarm without actually activating Saber Swarm, so yeah.
And
So yeah, I mean everyone's noticing this lightsaber come out and an entire group of whips go down, whipmen.
All right.
Okay, and then the last advantage I will use to get back strain.
And obviously, the Zygerrian captain can't really notice what you're doing at the moment. Okay.
So are we saying that this was one of the groups that already went, or one that's about to go?
He specifically said he was targeting a group that had not yet to go.
Okay.
So
I will take these guys out.
So the bottom initiative slot should go, I guess.
Okay. Who is that?
sorry, I ate some of the fish.
All right, so we've got a foe that is up.
Okay, the riflemen seeing Hank pull out the lightsaber, they're aiming for him. Not only, bounties on Jedis and all sorts of other things. So the riflemen from up here are firing at medium down to Hank.
Okay. It'll be upgraded 4 times.
Okay.
2 for me dodging.
Okay, so that'll be 3 red. And any defenses?
It's range, 3 setback.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, do we have sense in there too? Is that part of the 4?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 2 from sense and 2 from dodge.
Okay, and I will flip for them. So one of their squad has already been taken down by the rebels, but they're gonna fire on. Oh no! Okay, well they miss you. They make you stumble a bit, which is gonna make you easier to hit by other people. But what do you want to happen to them that's pretty devastating? Do you don't have any upgrades to reflect, right?
Well, if I may throw out something, although I know it's kind of a cop-out, that since they're they have an opposed rebels group fighting them.
Mhm.
And turning to make their shot against you, they've left themselves pretty wide open for that squad to get a few more good shots in. So I'd say that could give them a free upgrade.
What range am I?
Medium.
Can I use that to give me? I'm engaged with these guys. Well, y'all about to take out that next group. Can I say that gives me into short? Can I say it gives me a free maneuver to move into short?
How far can Hawkback Swoop go?
Short.
Just short. Yeah, I mean, getting a free maneuver is a little weak for a despair, though, don't you think? It's your choice. I would let you get engaged with them actually, if you're wanting to move. You just do sort of a flip back over across the room, and you're just suddenly engaged with them.
All right. Excellent. Sounds good.
The rebels cheer as you are. The Jedi have returned. You see, Cluse is very surprised by this too.
So you told me not to take him out of the initiative order. It is.
But he's done. He's
Oh
rolled
yeah,
for
he already
this round.
went. So there's one more slot left.
Okay.
One more foe.
Yes. Okay. It's the other guns over here, and they are scared. They are going to be firing, even though you are engaged with their friends right now.
Okay. We'll do the same thing.
So that's 3 reds, 3 blacks. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay, I flipped them. Ooh. While they don't hit you, what you do notice is that you're starting to hear noise from the back here, and this rebel group right here is going to have to start laying down, covering fire in the back, so they're not going to be able to go this round.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and take them out of initiative, Tony.
Oh, completely? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But the other rebels are going to go ahead and they're going to back off a bit and let you just take care of the riflemen right here, and so they're just going to fire on those guys.
Sounds good.
All right.
Take one down.
We're back at the top, and do you guys mind if I go?
Good.
All right, I'm going to take a maneuver to pull out a stim pack, and I jam it. I use another maneuver to jam it into Key. So Key, you heal 5 points of damage. I hope that brings you up.
Thank you. Oh, not at all.
not.
He's
He's
double
double
his-
Yes,
double.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So now I'm at 27 of 17.
Oh,
It's a
let's
big-
say
it's a big help.
that I don't do that then, because I kind of noticed he's like out for the count.
32 of 17.
Yeah, I mean, what you just saw him do was ridiculously brutal. So Key was already down, and he just keeps wailing on him.
Child abuse.
Okay. But this guy, you said he was slumped over, so is he prone? Or...
Yeah, he is. I mean, he is on the ground. He is over his strain threshold.
Oh, okay, but you still wanted me to keep him in the order. Okay. You know, in that case, there are some whips that are close by, correct?
Yes, there is still a full squad.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you're carrying one.
Yes,
yeah,
and
that too.
this is the squad that got hit by the stun grenade that Bulkin threw. So one of them looks a bit woozy.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to use a maneuver to trigger the poison reservoir in my whip, so you see a little spur come out at the end, and I'm going to whip at those guys, and I will take another maneuver to aim. So I'll take 2 strain, and I will also do 2 frenzied blows. So let's see, and I'll flip a destiny. So aim. Any floating boosts around?
I don't think so.
Okay. And they've got no defenses, and here goes. All right, cool. I'm going to They are poisoned, so they have to do a daunting check versus being staggered. Resilience.
Yeah. Let's see how many of them are up first, though.
Okay. Well, it's only 7 strain damage.
Okay. So that still matters. Let's see.
And they are
7.
entangled.
They're entangled. It looks like still 5 of them up, but they still have to try and beat the. Let's see. Did I give them? They have resilience. Okay.
And just to flavor it, I'm saying that I entangled one and pulled him into the others, and so it's kind of like a little traffic jam right there, momentarily.
Okay. So minion ranks. Oh man, it looks like Atai in his paranoia has tried to make sure all of his soldiers are resistant to poison.
Oh, that's fair. That's good on Atai. All right, I'm done. Next up is a PC slot. Another PC.
D4 kind of wants to do something not tactically sound, but in character.
Sure.
We welcome that here.
Alright, he's just gonna zap that guy while he's down still.
Oh. Okay.
Well, you know,
Right.
he learns from example. And watch the guy just doing that with Electra staff, so it seems like a good idea.
Okay, so how do you want to do that?
Melee attack with the Electra staff.
Yeah, I don't think he gets to use his adversary whenever he's already down, so go ahead.
Alright, and he's prone.
It's not like he can do anything to dodge. D4
Yeah.
is going to have to not miss.
Well, he shouldn't.
So you're just still doing strain damage, though?
Yeah. Huh. Wow, a lot of that rolled blank. Okay, well, that's 10 strain damage, and then 10 strain damage twice if that matters, and then 2 stun pulses, so 10 through soak.
Okay.
And-
You can see that your initial hit from just the normal stun damage does not get through, but obviously your stun pulses do.
Alright, and then for his maneuver, he's gonna grab the other Electra staff and put it on his back. Part of the thing is he wanted to make sure the guy was down first. Now he's taking the staff.
Okay. Okay. do we
Next
have
PC.
All right.
Uh,
Balkan
I-
is going to try and tend to key. So I guess since I moved out of the group, I have to move back in. And I'll flip a destiny to procure a stim pack. And, geez, I guess spend 2 strain just to jab it into key for that other maneuver. And then I'll also perform a medicine check to see how much I can heal beyond those 5 wounds. Wow, he's twice over threshold, so it's a hard check.
Not quite twice.
Well, over threshold is hard, so.
Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, alright. I'll leave that at that. Well, only 3 wounds back.
So
and
total
4
of
strain.
8.
Yeah, 8 total, and then 4 strain.
Oh, well, strain helps. Thank you. I mean, the code helps. So.
I think you're gonna need a back to tank here. So,
Well, good thing someone bought one.
although someone might already be in it at the moment.
That does nothing to grow back limbs. Fi, get out of there.
So should I take that captain out, by the way?
Oh, would it be a foe's turn now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason that he is still in is that he has improved hard-headed. So he's going to be trying improved hard-headed is when incapacitated due to strain exceeding threshold may take a more difficult hard-headed action to reduce strain to 1 below threshold.
Alright.
Okay, he has 2 ranks of hard-headed, so that ends up just being a daunting discipline check to do this. Anything you want to do to try and make this more difficult for him?
Throw binder cuffs on him.
Maybe a little too late for that.
Well, he is disarmed, if nothing else.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead, let him...
let him try. Okay, so it's still a daunting check, He's got some good discipline. No, after slipping over, he is just collapsed on the ground. Collapses further after D4 had shocked him additionally. So I think you can count him out for this.
And now we kick him in the stomach, right?
PC is up.
All right. Well, Gristle was gonna drag Key out of danger before attending to him, but I guess since this is happening in the same round, Malkin would still be working on Key while this is happening. So.
And remember, you had dived under the table out here as well.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna move to get him under there anyway. But yeah, I guess they'll just do inspiring rhetoric. We got the rebellion behind us. Shit like that. Yeah, hey, it's a good thing because we need friends right now. Previously, we were kind of alone here. At least we have people with us. No, it does nothing. Okay.
Everyone is very suspicious of the rebellion.
Exactly. It's like he says that, Balkan's like, alright, and no one buys it. Sorry, I kind of curbed your enthusiasm there.
Alright,
Okay.
next up is a PC.
I think that's just...
I think that's
just
Hank's
Hank, yep.
keys out, right?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm already engaged, so I guess I won't do hot back. I'll just do a regular attack, and I will take strain to try to hit them. What's their difficulty?
Just gonna be your average. Ooh, okay.
Okay, that's going to be 11. And that'll be 8 advantages. How many people are there?
I think in this group there's just 3.
3. Okay. I'll use 3 of those advantage to get rid of them.
Okay.
And the next the next foe that's going to fire, give him a setback dice, and I will remove 2 strain.
Yeah. So your flurry of swipes, you've got rebellion people just cheering you on right there as you take these guys down.
Cool.
Alright, foe is up next.
Okay. Now that they don't have their friend engaged, they're gonna lose an upgrade, but the other rifles are gonna fire at Hank.
Okay, we're going to do the same thing. They're going to get, 3 setbacks now.
Okay. And they are short. How many upgrades are we at right now?
4.
Okay. 1.
And we're going to flip a destiny on this one. Just in
Okay,
case.
so that becomes 3 red with the destiny flip, and 3. I can't make them do any better. Oh, yeah. So that's gonna be 10, and a crit.
Alright, I'm going to reflect. Let's see how many I can reflect. I'm going to reflect 4 of it. Yeah, I'm going to reflect 4 of it. And then I have 6 soaks, so I don't take any damage.
Oh,
Okay.
so no crit.
Okay. Yeah. Dang it.
Next foe is up.
Yeah. These rebels are out now too. They're having to secure the other hallway.
Okay.
So just these whips, right? So we've just got the whips and the riflemen up.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. So who else is in front of him? D4 is doing mean things to their leader. So they're gonna whip at him. Once again.
Hopefully they won't whip it good.
Yeah.
Just 2 defense.
Yeah. How are you doing? Let's see. On your.
I'm at half strain.
Okay.
I think I'm like at 6 of 12 or 11 or something.
Not too risky on their part. kind of sad. But they still go for it. Any defense I need to worry about?
Just the two.
Okay. I'll go ahead and flip. Oh no, they don't. They can't even do it. So 11. That doesn't get past your so.
No, it does not.
Okay.
My God.
They look pretty shocked by this and are pretty demoralized at the moment.
Your ass is grass.
Where's your
more.
god now?
Pissing himself on the floor.
One more flow.
Whoever this foe attacks, make sure you give them a setback, Brian.
Yeah, I don't think there are any other. The rifle. Did you take out the one that Hank just killed?
Right, so there were 5 foes, and Hank just killed another?
Yeah, he took out the rifle group that was up top.
Okay.
Or, no, the other one, sorry. The one on the side here that he jumped to. So that one's gone. So right now there's only a small group of riflemen and a small group of whips.
Wow, okay. Well done. Yeah, I'll take these guys out. And we're back at the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to D4 that I can handle that guy from here. He should probably just focus his efforts on those whips over there.
Alright.
And I bring out my toolkit and a very large fusion cutter. And
Get
give
us
him
some
a nice-
limbs.
And give him a nice wink.
Alright. You definitely trust Balkan's interaction with cybernetics. Yeah.
Fusion cutter the cybernetics off. Wow. Okay.
D4 also needs arms, so.
Well, hey, Brandon, since the party there was attacked me, since they should have had 4 setbacks, can I just go ahead and give a bonus to D4 on his attack?
Sure.
Okay, so he's gonna. Are they short range or medium?
Yes, they're short.
Okay, so he'll move over to him and then attack.
Oh no.
Defenses?
No.
Okay. And a boost from Hank? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, here we go. Huh.
Oh, those
Okay.
poor men.
The other group breaks and runs after seeing you take down this group.
Can we say that one of them whips the electrostaff and he just throws the whip and the guy into the other group as they run?
over the entire length of the?
Yeah, 3 advantage, 2 triumphs. I feel like he could probably hurl someone.
Yeah, sure. And then as they're sitting on the floor, the rebels just finish them off as there's not much that they can do. So yeah, okay.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Yeah.
We can roll for
Alright.
initiative. I mean, not for initiative, but for
Yeah, you can do strain recovery right now. Okay, we can still have the booms going on in the background.
So much strain, I don't actually need to recover.
Well, Gristle can try and tend to key while Balkan moves on to the next
Oh, yeah.
project.
Okay.
I don't think two different people can do the same medical checks, but he has more stim packs.
Well, it's only once per encounter, and that fighting
yeah,
encounter.
so can he do another one then? Is it
Yeah.
fun?
It's up to the GM's discretion because they say, it's kind of that,
I
weird
think at this
gray area.
point it is back to tank time for Key. You're not going to be able to get him up. So we're towards the end here, so don't worry too much about that. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of a lesson for the Torgruda here.
Oh, I want to say something real quick though, if I may. For the range people, don't forget that it's really advantageous to stay in medium range, especially when you've got allies who are engaged, because enemies have to take a maneuver to move from engaged to short first, and then they have to take another maneuver to get from short to medium. I mean, stay in medium range if at all possible, because that way the melee people can block people off. Because I know that I've noticed that most of our range people like to stay in short range for that one difficulty, but it gets pretty dangerous because for the GMs, we've been having to ramp up people to take on the tougher melee people, and so things are going to get deadlier for the range people that don't move back. So, public service announcement over.
Okay. So Cluse looks and asks if Key is okay.
Grizzle's gonna go pick Key up. He'll carry him out.
Oh.
He's will be fine.
I apologize for my deceptions. Your efforts were a distraction. I realized that with the prince on the station, Atai would be fixated on him and wouldn't even consider my efforts to get rebels aboard. We've taken control. You can be assured that the footage and your message will reach the people of Zygerria. Saber replies with obvious anger in his voice. And what of Atai? Where is he actually? He doesn't matter anymore. He lost. Doesn't matter. He killed my mother. How can you say that? My prince. Killing him won't change that. Let him die on the run, never seeing his homeworld again.
Atai still might have connections as the former head of the Slavers Union. He may be a loose end that needs to be tied up. Though I do not share my compatriot's obvious zealotry for his...
So Cluse looks at Bulkin like, shouldn't you be backing me up on this? But Saber approaches Cluse, gets in close, and extends a hand. You know where he is. You will tell me. You see obvious pain in Cluse's eyes as blood begins to trickle down his nose, and like half of his face actually begins to sag, like he's having a seizure.
Vulcan takes aim at Saber and fires with a stun blast.
Okay. Yes. With that stun blast, Saber drops Cluse and just looks absolutely furious. In a moment of rage, he just suddenly picks up the table and throws it at you guys. But before you can even move, you see that you actually land just in the middle of the table, the way it lands. And then you don't see Saber anymore.
Well, fine.
So what happened with the table again?
He threw it at us, but we ended up like it's a donut shape with an empty middle, and so we just ended up being surrounded by it.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like he was trying to actually hurt you with the table, is what I was getting at. It was more of a distraction than anything else. Obviously, different people are in different places, but if you see down one of the hallways, you can see that he collapsed it so that you guys couldn't chase after him. Cluse is sort of just collapsed on the ground. He thanks Vulcan for his service to the rebellion. And so just sort of sighs at the prince's rage. What has Borga and the broker done to him?
Oh, he is plenty culpable for his own choices at this point. So you can only really blame his employer so much.
So, for those wondering, Saber was attempting a mind trick, but obviously failing on Cluse. So Cluse sort of speaks into his comms and says he's made his way to the landing bay. He's gone. And as you guys head down there, you see the quad laser turret cannon just ripped off of the tower, and the Wayfarer is gone as well.
Let's hope he likes the fish smell.
Okay, so Cluse will take you guys to the Rebellion medical ship. Once again, he thanks you for your help of the Rebellion. He says that the Rebellion was very interested in subduing the Zygerrian Slavers Guild, which represented a lot of income for the Empire, since half of all of the slaver profits were remitted to the Empire. As well, you see as you're traveling in the ship, the rebellion is capturing a lot of the capital ships that were in the Zygerrian fleet.
Well, isn't that special?
So, Jack, do you want to tell them about your little encounter with Clues?
Yes, I will. I'll say that Clues had contacted me earlier to keep an eye on Saber to keep him from flying off the handle. And so that's when he did. That's when I decided to take more aggressive measures. Never a man with words, I am. So I just decided to try to make him unconscious.
Sounds good. And Saber did notice that you used non-lethal damage, and so he didn't actually try to hurt you all as he was getting out. Okay. Any questions you guys have for Clues or Vulcan?
How are those limbs coming?
Yes. I was hoping some of the rebel troopers would help me carry this guy to a place where I could, punish him without necessarily causing him harm.
He says yes. We'll bring him to rebel interrogation.
I want those limbs, by the way. I think he hurt a friend of mine, and I want to see if there's anything useful about them first. So.
They sort of look at you like,
Well,
okay.
They're cybernetic limbs. I'm not cutting anything off that he would feel, so I'm not causing undue pain. However, and it would make him easier to transfer since he wouldn't have as many limbs.
They get the feeling. You get the feeling that they think that's pretty brutal. So you're probably going to have to make a charm check.
All right, fine. What's the difficulty?
Let's see. So cool customers. These rebels. Just to make that 2 red, and I will upgrade.
2 red and a purple, then?
2 red and a purple.
Alright, well, he's basically gonna gesture outwards and then towards the guy, and then say very loudly, "Science!" Stroke of genius, this.
Thank you.
And it fails.
Forgive my friend's brashness for a moment, please.
Dang it! I was gonna make you get a reputation on the rebellion. Okay. Yes.
Well, if you must know, all my die rolled advantage, and the one purple rolled a failure. The other red, my yellow and red, there was a yellow and red that rolled nothing, and then you have the despair. So, poo-poo on you, dice. Poo-poo on you.
Yeah, they say they're going to disable the arms, but you can't just take someone's limbs. The rebellion isn't about that.
All the
Does
work.
the rebellion need to get tased?
Oh, ignore that roll. My bad.
No. Yeah, I was gonna make you the rebellion be like, is you a chop doctor now, or what is that called? Chop doctor.
Chop
Okay.
doc. That's
Yes.
actually.
Okay. Awesome. Yes. But at the end of the day, you did help the rebellion, so you do gain some duty. So this was a pretty massive win for the rebellion, and obviously you did follow through and did not reveal to the rest of the agents that you were actually assisting the rebellion during this. So it's 10 duty, probably 2 internal intelligence.
Oh joy, just what I wanted.
And then, do you think you've secured? Well, you haven't been able to secure anything technologically worthwhile, right? So.
Well, I tried to do the stuff with the Zygerrian tapes, but.
Yeah, and so that might be interesting to a certain Hutt.
The holographic stuff. Wasn't that interesting? I thought it was. It was pretty nifty.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, the mannequins.
Yeah. So you can tell that it's a pretty stationary sort of thing. You really do need the entire setup. Obviously, Saber destroyed quite a bit of it. But yeah, you could piece together, like, if you do have the same sort of setup where you have a projector projecting onto mannequins that also have their own internal, like, it's sort of like a light catcher almost, to like circle around them. You can figure out the design of this. I'll actually just make that like a formidable mechanics, so you can figure out how this technology actually works.
He's actually going to intense focus, feeling some pressure. Although the team can tell that he's pressured, but they're not entirely sure why. Maybe he's flustered because he got shot down by the rebels. I don't know. You assume. Fuck you. Once again, dice roll nothing but advantage, and the difficulty rolls nothing but failures or threat.
You did have destiny die, but you know. So you don't think you can? Saber just damaged it way too much to be able to put together the actual design of it. But it might be something worth pursuing on your own. So I'll give you a. Let's do. So how much would it usually increase if you can't find interesting things?
If I can't find anything, it's 1d3.
Okay, let's do the 1d3 minus 2 for the tapes, and then for some clue on the you sort of okay. So you don't have to worry about it increasing. It seems like people are pretty intrigued by what you have been able to find. Okay, and I guess we can talk experience now. Base 15, you get +3 for the message you came up to Saber's people. You get +1 for getting the footage into the appropriate number of terminals. Anything you guys want to nominate?
The elevator scene.
I like it.
That Zygerrian is going to wake up in a crate full of fish and probably suffocate.
Lord Maragog.
Just very, very cold in the freezer. Yes, the Lord Maragog thing. So it was pretty risky what you guys were working on. Obviously, the Double Triumph helped with that entrance. The other group did have to put rock in the crate. And so, yeah, you guys made it work. Okay, so I think that's 21. Is there anything else out there?
I got nothing.
Okay, so 21, and who do you think is worth the merp?
I regret for all the deception.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't. Thanks, though.
Oh.
But I'd say Gristle
Oh, yeah.
for being a nice mouthpiece for his lord.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Saying, I think, was Gristle purposely being provocative to the guards, even though he knew he was supposed to be acting as a slave?
Yeah, he doesn't like being subservient very much, but he was trying to have fun with it as much as he could.
Yeah, you were stretching the limit there, definitely.
He took the
Definitely.
slap, though. He was willing to concede that he was probably going to get slapped, so he was ready for that.
Mhm.
Luckily, Hank was not too much of a light-side paragon not to slap a bitch when he had to.
I also, Gristle is good. I also think D4 with the flickering, choking out of nowhere, and then jabbing the guy after he'd already fallen because he'd learned from example. Happened to Key, that was pretty.
I learned it from you.
Right?
Okay, so we'll do the dodgeball, Gristle or D4.
I'm going to vote for Gristle.
Yeah, me too. And everyone else is muted, so Gristle it is.
Sounds good.
And
So
are we going
21.
to... Sorry. No, this can wait. Sorry.
Yes. No, we can go. So 21, 22 to Gristle. Okay, yeah. I don't think we don't need to worry about Hank's morality. And we handled Dewey. So.
Yeah, but Hank's morality is going to go down, though.
Oh, okay. So you want to make it maybe go down by 5 or
He
something?
killed like 8 guys.
Oh, yeah.
Not so much for the killing because they were attacking, but for using the dark side. He used the dark side twice, and then he really didn't do anything to stop
Oh yeah.
Jack's character from hacking off, trying to. And then it was something else that he let.
He
Oh,
slapped
the,
Gristle and let the chief security guy really
Yeah,
fuck that with that other guard.
So I'm gonna probably say like around 8, -8.
Okay. Do you just want to do that straight, or do you want to roll the 1d10 minus 8?
I'm just gonna do it straight up.
Okay. Sounds good. I think D4 is going to like that stealth field. I don't know if you're going to get it back, Key.
He'll give it back, although I do just like the thought of him being invisible on the outside of ships.
That would have been interesting. I would have had to come up with something pretty on the fly there. Okay, yeah. There's nothing else we want on the recording. I think we can cut it off there. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for jamming. See ya.
No money?